And we are back with a brand new edition. I am a little bit late and I apologize. But I was on a coaching call, so I feel like that's a justifiable reason. And it's Saturday. So there's that part. But anyway, I feel like I relax more during the week, let's be quite frank, than I do on the weekends. Because I'm busy. So today, I have a hard stop. We're not going to go as long as we usually do because I got a hard stop at noon, besties. What's up, Emanuela? What's up, Nest Bestie? Okay, so, hey, best creator. Hopefully you're better, bitch, today than you were. What up, Yesy girlfriend? Okay, so I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. I obviously already know that sounds good. You just click that follow button, subscribe button wherever you're watching from. Also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always upload them on the tube of you, assuming that TikTok wants to cooperate. So I still haven't been able to upload yesterday's on YouTube, but I'm going to manifest that it will be done right after this live. Okay. What up, Seb? Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio or description. I got you covered. I got text coaching, WhatsApp group, guided meditations, hypnosis societies, all the things. All right? Alrighty. So, what up, Tyrese? Hey, Lex. If we talk mainly, what up, kitty cat? We talk mainly about SPs around here. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. Also, if you don't like it, scroll to the next live. I don't give a shit. But if you want to know anything about how to manifest weight loss, health, money, business success, I've done it all. That's the only reason why I'm able to teach it. So I only teach what I know works and what I've successfully manifested because I feel like that's, ethical. We'll talk about that. Today, we're going to talk about how to lower the resistance to your SP because I feel like if you lower said resistance, what up, Christina? If you lower said resistance to SP, then SP conforms much faster. And that's typically what we want, right? Hey, Jimmy. So that's what this is about. Oh, yes. We also have a friendly contest every day here on TikTok. So if you repost this live or you share this live, you will be entered to win amazing prizes. Okay. All right. What up, Lisa with the butterfly? Hey, Lulu. I love all my besties. I could not abandon you today, but we're going to cut it a little bit short. All right. Okay. Emmanuel, you still have he still hasn't texted. You have no idea what to do. You need to continue to do what you're doing. Hey, Mom, you need to continue to do what you're doing. That's what you need to do. Okay. Because here's the thing. This is where you guys pissed me off. Okay. And this is where you guys annoy the shit out of us. Let's be frank. Okay. Hey, Lindsay girlfriend. I saw that, baby. I'm excited for you. It's hot off the press, baby. And that house is yours, bitch. Thanks, Lindsay girlfriend. All right. So here's the thing is you guys need to, okay. I love that you guys are talking about future tense and all this bullshit, but here's the thing. Y'all need to knock the nonsense off. Okay. We're just going to knock all the bullshit off. Okay. Okay. You need to stop. I told you this weekends become a little bit difficult for some of you. Okay. And I get it. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Spaz. I get it. But I don't get it at the same fucking time because stop sitting there getting your panties in a little bunch every second you get and saying, it's still not here. It's still not here. It's still not here. Where's it at? 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 Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because all you're doing is delaying your manifestation when you do that. Hola, amiga. Did I say that right? Okay. It's like you need to know. I told you guys a million times, the quickest way to reduce resistance is by knowing how the fuck this ends. Relationship. If you're in a marriage, together, forever, whatever the hell you want to say, that is how this ends. So what are you questioning? What are you wondering? What are you worried about? What are you checking for? What are you all in your panties in a bunch for? What are you hoping for? What are you wishing for? What are you wanting? When you know how this ends, you two together. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to wonder. Just fucking do it. That's it. What up, Taylor Morgan girlfriend? Her messages. You should channel your own Taylor Morgan. Her messages are like my favorite messages ever. But you guys need to just do the shit. Seriously. Seriously. Stop questioning things, okay? Every second of the day, you're checking, you're wondering. When you could be spending all that time focused on what you want. Focus on what you want. Oh, angel man. I know what that's like. Yes, you will have movement. Courtney, I'm very glad your crown is now straightened. Okay? Straightened. Okay? What up, Andrea, bestie? I know that's how he's been. Okay, Emmanuel, but if you were to go back to the beginning of your relationship, was he always inconsistent? And if he was, then just see him as consistent. You need to break the pattern. That's all you need to do is just break the pattern of him not being consistent to, he absolutely texts me every day. Like, what are you talking about? So like, let's say you talk and then the next day you don't hear from him. No, I don't think so. He's texting me right now. He's going to text me right now. He always texts me. Period. Y'all need to stop giving things another fucking option. Okay? I do have a certain method, if you will. It's not really a method. But if you want to call it a method, yes, it's a method. Okay. Let it go, let it flow. If that works for you, sister, that works for you. You need to understand that you need to see the best. What up, Elena girlfriend? Hopefully you're doing what I said, bitch. Hopefully doing what I said. Okay. You need to understand, you don't worry about feeling it. Okay. I lived one building away from my boyfriend. So the fact that he's in your same complex that's just literally my same exact scenario. But you don't have to focus on the feeling of having it, okay? Because typically, I'm excited to hear back, Elena. Because typically what happens is, okay, so if you've never been skinny, how do you know what it feels like to be skinny if you've never been skinny, right? Just like if you've never had a lot of money, how do you know what it feels like to have a lot of money? You don't. So the feeling is not important at all. Does it keep you in a better state? Yes, it does. But you just need to do it and know how this ends. It's inevitable. So there should be no doubt. There should be no questioning, because if you do it, you know how this ends. There's no question about it, because you just did it before. Let's just replay. Let's go down memory lane for a hot little sec. You did this before. You were just doing it and it played out perfectly. You didn't expect them to break up with you, did you? No. You didn't know with 100% certainty that they were going to ghost you, did you? No. Okay. You didn't know none of that shit. Okay. You weren't expecting any of that stuff. What up, Marisol? I love you too, girlfriend. You weren't expecting any of that stuff, but you were doing it anyway. And then it pushed out without you 100% expecting it to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So take that out of things. And that's where I said, this is where you just did things we have to reverse engineer, okay? You just did things on autopilot. You didn't think about it again. You were just doing it. You were letting your thoughts run wild, and you were letting your inner conversations just run how they went, and what up, Sabrina, girlfriend? And let it flow where it flows. And you were just, bitching and complaining, whatever, with your thoughts all day long about your SP. And then what happened? It played out perfectly. Wasn't what you wanted, but it played out perfectly where you worked together. So if that's the case, now here's the problem. Because you were just doing it. That's right, Sabrina. Because you were just doing it without thinking about it, without questioning it. You weren't questioning it. You weren't checking. You weren't doubting. You weren't doing none of that. You were just doing it, right? And it manifested. It's no different when you're manifesting your SP back. The only difference is you're now trying. And that's the problem. Because now you're checking. Now you're doing all of this shit that you didn't do when you initially manifested your breakup. So you don't have to do any of that, anything. You don't have to do any of that in the opposite direction either. Okay? Yes, they will try to trigger you, Nadine, because they're jealous of your ass. Okay? And you need to know that. So don't let her trigger you. Don't let her win. Fuck out of trash. Okay? Now, to the person who keeps asking, was it Teddy Bear? Who keeps asking how to manifest your SP back. Okay, maybe all of you need a refresher because I literally talk about this every fucking day, but for some of you, it just goes in one ear and out the goddamn other. Okay? Because I don't think any part, thanks God of drainage, I don't think any part of what I tell you, I don't think I ever mention, question everything, don't worry, just doubt it all, wonder all the time, try. I don't think I mention any of that shit when I tell you how to manifest your SP back. Do I? No, I don't. Okay? But yet you guys are forgetting that and you're doing what I say, but then you're adding all that other shit in there that goes against what you want. How's that working out for you? It's not working out at all, is it? No, it's not. So stop doing it. I tell you guys, you're never not in contact with your SP. You're in contact all the time with your SP. I don't care if you haven't verbally talked to them in 2 years. You've been talking to them for the last 2 years, whether you're aware of it or not. What kind of conversations have you been having? Thanks, Lindsay girlfriend. What kind of conversations have you been having? Probably not the favorable ones where you're bitching about them all day long in your mind. Okay? No. So let me get my paper out here. Again, my formula for manifesting your SP back. It's around here somewhere. Actually, I don't even think I have it here. Okay. Pay attention. Pay very close attention. First thing you're going to do is become the version of you that you were in the beginning of your relationship with your SP. That confident bitch or man. Okay? That person who didn't need a relationship, you were totally fine being single. Your relationship did not define who you were as a person. You knew who you were as a person. You knew your qualities. You knew all about yourself. You were just living your life and happened to have met your SP. But you weren't looking for him. You didn't need him. Some of you weren't even interested in your SP when you first met him, right? Because you were content with who you were. And then over the course of your relationship, you changed who you were. Relationships tend to create insecurities within yourself. So now you become insecure within your relationship and that reflects. Okay. You start questioning the things that they're doing because of insecurities within yourself that are coming to the surface. Now also your identities start to match your relationships where all of a sudden you're not knowing necessarily who you are anymore. Your identities are entirely wrapped up in your relationship. You're only happy if you're with this person, right? You're only content in your life if you're with this person. You're coming from a place of needing this person to fulfill something within yourself. That's not how that works. Okay. You need to fulfill within yourself. You need to know who the fuck you are. I got options, bitch. Like, please, I'm in demand. I can go out and get, thanks, Derek. I can go out and get another man. You got me all the way fucked up. So you're even lucky I want your ass. That's like the attitude you should have. That's the attitude you should have. Do you want them? Sure. But I have options. I don't need you. Wanting something and needing something are two totally different things. Okay? We need to pay our bills. We don't want to pay the bills. This is why it's not enjoyable, because when you come from a place of needing, We don't like to do the things we need to do, right? We need to clean the house. I don't like to clean that. I fucking hate cleaning the house. My friend, she loves that shit. Me, it's exhausting. Even the thought of dusting is exhausting. I keep a clean house all day long, but dusting, I don't even want to have knickknacks in my house because I don't want to pick that shit up and dust it. You know what I mean? We don't want to pay. We need to pay our bills. We need to work, but we don't enjoy it. Okay? Things like that. But when you want something, it becomes more enjoyable. It becomes more enjoyable for you. So you need to stop coming from a place of needing to be with your SP. You don't need to be with this person. You want to. There's a difference. Okay? So you work on yourself. You become that version of yourself. I don't know, Derek. Okay? You need to become that version of yourself again. Because that version of you is who your SP desired, chased, was attracted to, wanted to be with. Okay? Talk to all the time. All of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the version of your SP. So it's not about working on your self-concept, Julia. It's more about working on that. It's self-love. That's what it is. Self-love unlocks all the selves. Okay? So it's like if I find the love back for myself and I love myself, meaning that like I don't need someone to love me to feel loved. Like I love myself. Okay? When you love yourself, then they love you too because you love yourself. It unlocks self-concept because if you love yourself, you have a great self-concept. You also respect yourself, so you have great self-respect, right? You have, what's all the other selves? Self-worth, all that stuff. It unlocks all of that at the same time because there's a lot of people that have great self-concept. When it comes to self-concept, see, this is the problem with self-concept, is there's a lot of people that have great self-concept and they can get other people, no problem, but the one that they want. Okay, so self-concept isn't what this is about. It's more about the self-love, getting the love back for yourself, okay? Because you can have a great self-concept, but just not believe that you're good enough for the one that you want. There's the difference. There's a big difference there, okay? Because I got a lot of clients that have a great self-concept. And they know they can get an edit. Sabrina's one of them. She knows she can get any other guy, right? But then it's like, but I struggle with the one that I actually want. You know what I'm saying? So there's a big difference. There's a big, big difference. So you get that self-love back for yourself. That's step number one. Step number two is you must go back to the version of your SP that is perfect for you. The one that, you never questioned shit. You knew how they felt about you. You knew that you would hear from them today because you talk to them every day. What up, Terry? You knew that you would talk to them every day. You didn't question. You didn't wake up being like, is he going to talk to me? Is he going to fucking talk to me? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to hear from him today? Is he going to call me today? You didn't do any of that shit. Okay? Okay, so that's the second thing that you need to do is see the version of your SP that was perfect for you, that was attracted to you, that wanted to be with you, that was constantly spending time with you, that was always love bombing you, telling you how they felt about you, all the things that you knew wanted to be in a relationship with you. Because that version of you and that version of your SP is what caused your relationship to escalate quickly, to get into a relationship were those two versions of you and your SP. So you need to recall that version of your SP. Absolutely, every 40 days. So pause on the steps. Date, and every 40 days, you can manifest anyone you want. You can manifest somebody brand new. It's very simple when you get clear on what you want. What kind of person do you want to be with? What qualities do they possess? How do you want to be treated? You can even choose their eye color, their hair color, whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. You want them to have a six-pack? You want them to have a big, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want. It don't matter. Want them to be the best lover you've ever had? Whatever. You got to get clear on what it is that you want and the qualities that you want. And then you will find that person. You may already know that person, to be quite frank, because that's how it was with me. When in case you're new here, I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. Okay. So that's why I teach SPs, because I've done it. I know what I'm doing. Okay. So there you go. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Yeah, you want somebody wealthy? You can choose somebody wealthy. All of those things. It doesn't matter. There's no limits. You want him to have a goddamn private fucking jet? Well, then he has a private jet, bitch. Okay, whatever you want. Okay. And starting over. But if you went with somebody else, it's different because you don't have any backstory, so you're sliding back. But the key is to break patterns, okay? You have to evolve as a person because you cannot run your new relationship the same way you've ran them in the past. Because your relationship, and let's just say you meet your perfect person, brand new person, you manifest this brand new person. If you don't do things differently, then your relationship with this new person will end the same way the relationship with your ex did, the same with the next relationship. All of your past relationships have all ended the same, and there's only one fucking person they all have in common. You. So if you don't do things differently in your relationships, it doesn't matter how many SPs you manifest, they're all going to end the same. Because you're going to continue to react to shit. You're going to continue to verbalize everything. You're going to continue to complain about them in your mind. You're going to continue to select a different version of them over and over and over again. So the result's going to be the same. So you have to do things differently. Okay. But when you get clear, that's exactly how I met my boyfriend. Because I said I wanted something different. I was like, I'm tired of dating all the muscle men on because I always dated, the guys on like men's fitness magazine covers, the alpha males. And I was like, I want something different because clearly this shit ain't working out. Yeah, it's like, so I think I want something different. And I got clear on who I wanted and then, or what kind of person I wanted to date. Total opposite of everybody I've dated in the past. And then what happened? They can be fun. Assuming that they're packing right, though, if you know what I'm saying. They're not always packing. Ask me how I know that. But when you get clear, that's how I met my boyfriend. I had seen him numerous times. And I never paid any attention to him, ever. He's like, I was always trying to talk to you and trying to get your attention. You just gave me no time of the fucking day. But it wasn't until I got clear that I saw him again, but I saw him differently this time. So there's that. If you're trying to manifest somebody brand spanking fucking new. Yeah, that's right, Serena. They definitely got to be packing. Or at least know how to make it work, make it twerk, if you know what I mean. No pressure on all of you gentlemen that are on here. But now we'll get back to the steps of manifesting your SP back, okay? So first, how you see yourself, okay? Because they can only see you how you see you, okay? So this is where you leverage what you want them to assume about you. The only way you can do that is how you see yourself. So you need to see yourself. It does, Rob. So how you see yourself is how they will see you. So if you see yourself as like, I'm perfection, shit, you got me all the way fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the perfect girlfriend. I know exactly what I bring to the table. I know all this. Yes, Derek, they are, or they'd be bigger. My lips would be bigger if they were not natural. Although I can manifest that. But anyway, so how you see yourself is how they will see you. Okay? How you see them is how they will show up to you. Okay? So those two, very, very important. Okay? Well, thank you, Derek. Very important. Now, step number 3 is that you must dead the old shit. Okay? So you need to forget about the old crap, but you can investigate through the old story to figure out where your leverage is. Okay? So step number 3 is to control your thoughts. You need to control your thoughts about your SP. What do you want? You need to stop focusing on your current reality and focus on your inner conversations and your affirmations. So I firmly stand by manifesting back in steps. Living in the end is the biggest trash advice I've ever heard in my entire life. Because if you can't even live in the end of contact, how the fuck are you living in the end of relationship? That doesn't make any sense. Right? This is why people have been trying to manifest their SPs back for a long time, and it hasn't worked because they're following that trash advice of just live in the end. Just decide. Well, why don't you just decide you're going to get a text message? How about that? Okay? If it was so easy to just decide and to live in the end. which is why I tell you that I would challenge. This is why I don't go on other people's stations, because I would challenge those people all day long if they want to sit there and say, just decide, live in the end. I would be like, cool. So are you a millionaire right now? Are you living your absolute dream life right now if you could just decide and live in the end? Or is that just advice that you're giving people but not actually practicing what you preach? You know what I mean? So there's that part. So that's why I stay off of other people's shit, because I'll challenge them all fucking day long. I took a speech and debate class in college because I love to debate shit. Yes, Miranda, you can. You can. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, too. That's right, of course. Of course, Darcy. Channel your inner Taylor Morgan, right? She's like, sometimes she says what she's thinking. That one time when he's talking to her and he's listening, she's listening, and she goes, I'm sorry, I'm not listening to anything I don't want to hear. She meant to say it in her mind. So, but that's what you got to do. You got to take that shit back, take your power back. You know what I'm saying? So you want to distract your thoughts as much as possible. So when you manifest back in steps, if you are in no contact with your SP, doesn't matter. You're always in contact. But if you think you're in no contact with SP, then you manifest them back in steps, okay? So the affirmations I use, which I stand by, because they're the ones that I used, okay? And it's, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Those were the affirmations I used. Do not change your affirmations. Because remember, at the only point, because remember, there's only one point of affirmations, okay? Only one point. Inner conversations are different because you have many inner conversations, okay? And those are not scripted. Those are just, I'm looking forward to working with you, Luna. Okay, those inner conversations are natural conversations that you have within yourself. So those will always be different, okay? That's right, Pax. Dior. I love Dior, by the way. Okay, so I'm not throwing away no sneakers that somebody bought me. Who needs to conquer the world? Who needs to manifest being sane? Sane people are boring. Okay, but you have to remember, that's right, Terry. I love you, Terry. Okay, but that's what you have to remember, is you have to remember the whole point of affirmations. The whole point of affirmations, this is why you don't change them constantly, is because affirmations only serve one purpose. Yes, breathe abundance, I can. It's, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Those were the affirmations I used. I never changed them, ever. And I didn't care if we were talking all day, every day. I still kept them. I never changed them, ever, not one time. Because what is the point of affirmations? The point of affirmations is repetition, okay? Because you already have these assumptions here that are the opposite. So you're very welcome. So the point of affirmations is to create the repetition consciously, because you're not consciously creating shit. So get that out of your mind. You don't consciously create nothing, okay? So, but you're consciously aware now of what you're creating. That's all that is. It's called conscious awareness, not conscious fucking creation. Anyway. You're going to, you repeat the repetition. So it goes into the subconscious mind, which is what's pushing out. This is why I say conscious creation doesn't exist. It's subconscious creation. Okay. So it pushes out. But the only reason why is the only way you get in here, if you're going to do repetition, is by repeating the same fucking affirmations over and over and over and over and over again. If you change your affirmations every other fucking second you get, there's no repetition going in there, because every fucking waking second you're changing the shit. Okay? And you need to rewire the neural pathway that's already firing off. Okay? Because you already have these assumptions. So in order for you to push out what you want, you have to create new assumptions. So when you're consciously affirming, You're doing that to distract your thoughts. That's all it is. It's to create the repetition by distracting your thoughts to what I want, what I want, what I want, goes in the subconscious, okay? Now, inner conversations are different. Inner conversations are things you're having all the fucking time. All the time. So when you're sitting there, and this is where we're going to talk about how to lower this resistance, because you need to pay attention to all inner conversations you're having. So while you want to sit there and control your inner conversations, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, but he hasn't texted me today. Like, when's he going to text me? Why is it showing up? My 3D is still the same. Those are all inner fucking conversations. What up, CC girlfriend? Those are all inner conversations that are going against what you're creating. So stop doing that. Stop doing that. So when you're doing your inner conversations about like how great things are between you and SP, like, man, we talk all day, every day. Literally, we just talked for 4 hours on the phone last night. Like, we have the best conversations. That's an inner conversation. But you can't do that while you're controlling your inner conversations. But in the meantime, at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, so he didn't contact me today. Like, I have literally not talked to him for an entire week. You can't do that. You know, or, well, when's it going to show up my 3D? I know that I shouldn't be questioning the movement because I know there's always movement behind the scenes, but you can't do that either. Because if you want movement to produce into your 3D, you can't keep telling yourself that there's just movement only behind the scenes. Okay? Like, the only thing I would tell myself, because I would have daily reminders, inner conversations. What up, son? Okay. Oh, what did you say here? You went on your first date and you hugged and all, I just need to learn to keep it going. Yes, you do, but you hold on to that. Okay, you hold on to that, Emanuela. And you say, okay, just like I did that, I can do this. No, he's taking me on another date. You know what? In fact, I've decided we're going on dates all the fucking time. All the time. Right? Like, no matter what they say. Take a page out of Taylor's book. Right? Where he literally was like, yeah, let me see if I can fit you into my schedule. And she was like, no, bitch. I don't think so. I don't think so. And then what did he do? Coming to see her tonight. Right? Fit into whose schedule? This is not a fucking appointment for a doctor's office. I don't think so, bitch. I'll tell you when the hell you're coming to see me. Thank you very much. But good. So hold on to that, okay? And now you keep it going by doing exactly what you did, but persisting forward. Just persist forward, okay? And that's how you keep it going, by not dropping the affirmations, by continuing to say them. Even when I was talking to my boyfriend all the time, I still said them all. Every single one of them. We're hanging out, doing the whole fucking bit. I still said them all. Every one of them. Even when we were together, still said them all. I just now pivoted to, you know, he wants to live with me. Okay? And then I add on to the next step. And that's how that works. Now it's like, okay, these are all cool. Yeah, cool. So now you've got, what's it called? Inner conversations. This is why the negative stuff manifests quickly. The inner conversations manifest quickly because of your inner conversations, because it is something that you are doing all the time and not giving it another thought in the world. You're having them and then you don't think about it again. And then boom, manifest. And usually it's the negative shit because you don't harp on the negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I say affirmations are good to distract, but it's only to distract your thoughts. That's literally all it is. And to create the repetition. But if all you had to do was affirm to get your SP back, then everyone would be with their SPs. But you don't have to just affirm, because if you reverse engineer, did you affirm for your breakup? No. I don't think you're walking around town saying, he's going to break up with me. 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 Did you? No, you didn't. Okay, you didn't do that. Instead, you had inner conversations where you were questioning your relationship. What's the SP? Specific person. Okay, so usually it's an X. So usually, but what you did do is walk around and be like, or talk to your besties, anyone that would hear you, have a conversation within yourself and be like, I don't know if we're good. Like, he's changed. He's not the same person as he was before. I don't know if he still wants to be with me. Like, are we okay? Does he still love me? Like, does he still feel the same way about me? Now you're questioning his feelings. You're questioning fucking everything through inner conversations. And then boom, the breakup. That's what produced your breakup. So if inner conversations produced your breakup, then what do you think you need to control to produce your makeup? Inner conversations. But now you control them. Okay, you control your inner conversations, and the way you choose your inner conversation, no circumstances matter. Okay, Anna. So no circumstances matter at all unless you choose to have it matter. It depends on the situation. I'd have to know the situation about that. Because, okay, so let's address the elephant in the room if you're trying to manifest a married person. Okay? So here's the problem. Okay? Yeah, Super J, you can change that. You can change that a lot. Okay? Like if you keep sexting and you don't want a sexting. Good, Jessica, because they're very powerful, because that's what's producing very quickly. And this is where we bypass and say, okay, if I'm consciously, oh yes, that's right. We're getting into talking about married people. Let's address married people real quick. If you're trying to manifest a married person, there's a couple problems that happens, okay? One, it's not something that I firmly stand by, okay? Now, there are situations that are an exception to the rule, if that makes sense. In my opinion, there's other exceptions, but from an ethical standpoint, I don't like it. I don't like it. And the reason for that is because first, you have to be okay with that. Okay. You would have to be okay with that. And there's a lot of factors that play into that. So if you're a true believer in karma, I don't believe in karma. So there's a difference for me. I don't believe in karma. Karma isn't real. You know what I'm saying? For me. So, but if you believe in karma, then karma becomes a problem if you're infiltrating another marriage. Look at Jessica as we detract for a second. Look, she said she was having an inner conversation with her SP while she sat in a park, and she looks up and there he was. Boom. Now let that be proof in the pudding that inner conversations are very powerful. They produce faster than anything. But you'll hear it here first. Most people don't talk about that. Most people talk about affirming. Affirm. Yeah, well, I'm impatient. So I want to know what produces quicker. I have to create the repetition consciously to get it into the subconscious if I affirm. So I believe in affirming because it distracts your thoughts. But inner conversations can produce within 24 hours or clearly within a minute. What's your pleasure? I prefer quickly. So I prefer to focus on inner conversations because they produce very fast. But I'm going to take a screenshot of that because that's fucking hilarious. But that's how quickly they go because when you have an inner conversation, it goes directly to your subconscious mind, okay? And which we're going to talk about, but we're going to address the marriage subject for a second. One, you have to look at it this way: is if you believe in ethics, then if you believe in ethics, then that becomes a problem as well in your manifestation. If you believe in karma, that also becomes a problem in your manifestation. On top of that, let's say you successfully manifest this married person, right? Here becomes the problem: is there's a trust factor involved now. You would have to break a lot of patterns because let's say you two are together now. You're going to find yourself questioning things. This is where they say a leopard doesn't change its spots, okay? This is where that saying comes from, is because you will find yourself questioning things when it comes to your SP and you. Maybe not now, but down the line, you will. Because you know how you and SP got together. Okay, so because you know how you and SP got together, you may very well find yourself questioning, are they talking to somebody else? Are they doing this? Are they willing to actually commit to me because they left their marriage? You know, see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of underlining factors if you're trying to manifest a married person. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Okay. There's not a problem in doing that. It's the same strategy as long as you don't view the marriage as a circumstance. And that would be the one thing, because circumstances don't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter if they're married or they're not, or any of that, but you would have to not view that as a circumstance. And then you would have to do a lot of it would take a lot of discipline in your thoughts moving forward so that you don't recreate somebody new, a new piece of gutter trash, right? That comes in between you and him because of how you guys met, if that makes sense. So you can do whatever you want. It's the same process. If you follow my steps, you can still manifest. You can still manifest your SP if you do what I say, 1,000%. Their status doesn't matter. Their sexual orientation doesn't matter. None of that matters. Okay. When manifesting the person that you want. So, but you are saying, like, do circumstances matter? They don't. And that is a circumstance that doesn't matter. Okay. So, yeah. So there's that bit. Okay. But I'd have to know about your circumstance, or I'd have to know about the situation to give you more guidance when it comes to that scenario. Because there are some exceptions to the rule. There are 100% exceptions to the rule. Okay. Depending upon the situation. Okay. So there's that. Now let's get back to what we were talking about. Inner conversations are something you have naturally. So my entire background is a study of the mind. Okay. That's my background. So I don't just sit here and teach manifestation because I watched fucking videos on it and I'm like, that sounds fucking like a trending topic. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jolene girlfriend? I don't do that. That's not my shit. I have actually manifested things back because of my understanding. I manifest all kinds of things, and my SP back because of my understanding of how the mind works. Okay. So if you know how the mind works, then it's like, well, how do if the subconscious mind is producing everything into my reality, then how the fuck do I bypass the conscious mind to get it up in here? Right? Yeah, see, there you go. Space and opportunity. I manifested my SP back after marriage. Yeah, there's different scenarios and it doesn't matter. Marriage is a circumstance. It is a circumstance. But it doesn't matter. Right? So you'd have to dead that. Okay, and a lot of people can't. And if you can't dead that and view it as not a problem, then it just delays. That's it. Okay. But when you have inner conversations, these are things that you're naturally having. So when you have a natural conversation, it goes directly into your subconscious mind because it's something you're subconsciously doing. Thanks, Tyree's girlfriend or boyfriend. That's something that you're just naturally doing anyway. But typically you're bitching about your SP. You're complaining about all the things that they're not doing for you or how they're not being and how they're not behaving and all of this shit. And then when they break up with you, they say, I just feel like I'm not good enough for you. I feel like you deserve better. Like I'm just not sure what I want. You know, I feel indifferent. I just don't have the same feelings anymore. This is why they say that shit. Because they're only confirming your inconsistency in your thoughts. You questioning every fucking thing that they're saying, that they're doing, everything. So that's where you control your inner conversations as if everything was amazing right now. If everything was amazing between you and your SP right now, and I was to call you up on the phone and be like, ding, ding, ding. Yo, bitch, tell me about you and your boo. What would you say? Well, that's your inner conversation. Okay. There's 3 types of inner conversations you should have that control what you want. Okay. The first one is, what is it you want? Well, that's inner conversation number 1. Okay. Is if you want, you can choose to have an inner conversation solely focused on communication. If you're in no contact, you can choose to have several different inner conversations throughout the day, all about your relationship with SP, like how you guys talk all the fucking time. Like we just literally had talked for 3 hours on the phone last night. Like, girl, this man tells me fucking everything. Okay. Like, inner conversation number 1. Inner conversation number 2 is like, girl, we're strong. We have the best relationship ever. Like, he's constantly always telling, like reassuring me. And we go out on dates every freaking weekend. Like we have the best time together. He just spent the night last night, whatever. Inner conversation number 2. Anything centered around your relationship with SP, how you want it, not how your 3D is reflecting today. Because your subconscious mind does not have eyes. It takes you at your word. It does not have the ability to decide, and it does not have an opinion of its own. So it takes you at your word. So whatever you're talking about, your subconscious mind's like, well, that must be true. Why would we be talking about that? Who the fuck has inner conversations that are not true? Right? Because yours up until now have been running on autopilot. And it takes you at your word. So therefore it pushes out everything you don't fucking want. So instead, you now learn to control, and if you will, leverage your inner conversations to be about what you want. So then your 3D now reflects that instead. Okay, so that's inner conversation number 1. Inner conversation number 2 is all about you recalling everything they've told you, the positive, of course, only, about how they feel about you. I don't care if they told you that shit 25 years ago. Do you think I give a shit? Nope. They told you that shit yesterday. Okay? It's what have they told you? Recall what they've told you about how they feel about you. How they, the things that they love about your relationship together. All of that stuff. Now, if they have never told you things like that, then you go off of their actions. This is what a lot of you guys would not be in a situationship. You'd be in a relationship if you would do exactly this. If you would go off of their actions. Okay. If their words are speaking to the contrary, where they're constantly telling you like, I don't want a relationship. I just don't want a relationship. I don't feel the same. Things like that. Then you go to their actions and say, okay, if I was to put duct tape on their fucking mouth, what do their actions show me? Oh, that's right. The opposite. Their actions are showing me the opposite. So if that's the case, then I'm going to go off their actions. This is where the saying actions speak louder than words comes into play. Okay. I try to let you guys know where all these sayings actually come from. Okay. And what they mean. Educating at the same time. Look at this. Look at this. We're getting like a whole education here. So now it's all about recalling what they've said or how they've made you feel, like their actions, right? And you're like, yeah, okay. So because therefore when they say things out of their mouth, this has happened to me before. When they're saying things out of their mouth, you're like, no, I don't believe that. I absolutely don't believe that because their actions tell me the complete opposite. Their actions speak relationship. Their actions tell me that they love me, that they care about me, and that this is a relationship. So that's all I need to fucking know. I don't give a fuck what's coming out of their mouth because their actions don't say that. And that's all I need to know. Okay. So now you go off and you replay those conversations in your mind. Okay. Now that's inner conversation number 2, all about the things they've told you about how they feel about you or what their actions have shown you about how they feel about you. Now, inner conversation number 3. Now, this one is very, very important because your subconscious mind pushes out what you know. So this is where we bypass and we leverage what we know about the subconscious mind and say, okay, so if the subconscious mind takes me at my word and pushes out what I know, then I'm going to tell that bitch what I know. So that's where now we umbrella the shit. Okay. We umbrella everything. So now we say, I know exactly take notes. I know exactly how they feel about me. You just recalled how they felt about you, right? You're recalling that. So now I know exactly how they feel about me. I know, or you can say I absolutely know, whatever. I know that they want a relationship with me. I know this for a fact. I have no doubt about it. Okay? That's the second phrase. The third one, they're going to tell me, he's going to tell me, or she is going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Period. Period. That's how your inner conversations run. You could have 55,000 inner conversations. Doesn't matter. I don't care how many inner conversations you have, but that must be one of them. Okay. And because you want validation, right? So that's going to give you the validation when they tell you everything you want to hear. Okay. And so, but you need to control them. You can have as many inner conversations as you want because you're having them all day long any fucking way. But you also have to remember what you tell yourself. So if you're telling yourself that they still have me blocked on social media, that's an inner conversation. Okay. If you're telling yourself that it's been 3 weeks since we last spoke, why are they not texting me back? That's an inner fucking conversation. Okay. Why are they ghosting me? Like, why? I don't understand why I told him to text me in his photo and he hasn't texted me today. Like, inner conversation. What am I doing wrong? Why hasn't he shown up yet? Inner conversation. Why isn't my 3D reflecting what I want? Inner conversation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So while you're doing all of this shit, Those are all inner conversations that are going against what you want. Against what you want. So if you want to get what you want, then your job is to just do it. That lowers all resistance to your SP. If you would just do it and get out of your own fucking head, stop overthinking things, stop analyzing things, stop questioning things, stop saying, am I doing this right? When's it going to show up? How is this happening? You know, when I'm getting impatient, why isn't it here yet? Checking the 3D, reacting to fucking everything you see on social media because you act like social media is a holy grail of life. All of that shit, if you would stop doing all of that and you would just do it, you'll get exactly what you want very, very fast. Because when I did this, I tell you guys like almost every day, I'm not an expert at manifesting your SP back. I did it one time. And I'm still with my boyfriend. Okay. Like we have an amazing relationship. So I know what I'm talking about because I did it successfully first time around. I have 100% success rate. And I did it in 4 weeks, but I had to figure the shit out on my own. And it took me 4 weeks. So now I'm here to help you speed that shit up, but to tell you what I did because it worked, because I didn't give anything another fucking option. I just did it. I was like, okay, this is how it works. This is what I'm going to do. Boom. That's what I'm going to do. If I could do this to lose 100 pounds, this is how I got started in the manifestation community, is I took what I know about the subconscious mind, applied it, because that's all manifestation is. That's all it is. Okay. And so, I took what I knew and I applied it to my weight loss, and I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise. So I was like, well, if I could do that shit, then why can't I do the same? Why can't I take that and apply it to business? So I did. And I had 2 very successful businesses. So then I'm like, well, if I can take that and I can apply it to business and get the same results and then help other people get the same results, why can't I do the exact same thing to manifest my SP back? Because how did I get here in the fucking first place? And so I fell into the law of attraction bullshit for 7 fucking months. I was in no contact and I got not one goddamn text message. After doing the law of attraction visualization and all that shit. You didn't visualize your breakup, did you? No, I hope not, right? So why would I have to do any of that to create the makeup? I have to do exactly what I did to create the breakup, but the opposite. And so that's what I did. Did I question anything going to the breakup? Nope. And it manifested. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to do it. It's my personality. So I just did it. And boom, contact, less than 7 days. Boom, coming to spend time together. Boom, living together, relationship. 4 weeks. 2 of those weeks I spent wavering on the last step of living together because I didn't know how it was going to happen. And I was given dates. And so when it got close to that date, I questioned verbally and it slid back. And so then I was given another date, questioned verbally again, slid back again. I said, I'm fucking done. Fool me once, fool me twice, fine, but don't fool me again. I'm all done. So I didn't question shit. Okay. So that's the thing that you need to stop doing, is questioning anything. Just do it. Just do it. And know that it will work, because that's what I did. I just did it. And it produced. I didn't ask fucking a million questions. I wasn't checking shit, complaining, whining, moaning, groaning. Well, he hasn't texted me. He hasn't texted me yet. He hasn't texted me yet. Fuck that. I want to text. I ain't going to question that shit. What the fuck? Thanks, Sophia's. See what I'm saying? So that's what, step number 3 or 4, whatever. I think I'm making a video series for you guys on that. I'm thinking it's going to be step 3 and then step 4, because it's more in depth about inner conversations, what the difference is. Okay. But that pushes out very, very fast. Okay. So then the next thing you're going to do is not question shit. Like I said, okay. You're going to do it. Just know how this ends. You have to know how this ends with relationship. That's all I have to know. So I'm going to do it. And that's all I'm going to keep doing. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. Okay. And then you must persist. No matter what you see, you must, no matter what you hear, you must persist. Persist, persist, persist. And you'll get your shit. And you'll get your shit. Okay. Now, can you waver? I mean, try not to, but sure. I mean, you're human, right? You're human, and I don't give unrealistic advice. So I'm not going to sit there and beg, never waver in your life. I mean, that's not realistic, okay? Sometimes will you waver? Sure, because you react. Sometimes, should you not do that? Yeah, you should try to not do that, okay? Shall you, if you have an emotional moment and you cry, can you do that? Sure. Affirm through the tears. Don't let the thoughts align with the emotion, because it's not the emotion that's producing. It's the thoughts that align with the emotion that's producing. So if you cry that shit out, bitch, but affirm right on through the tears. Okay? That's how the emotion doesn't matter. It won't screw anything up. You can't screw anything up. But don't tell yourself you did, okay? Don't tell yourself you did, because either way, you're going to be right. You're going to be right. Pick yourself up and move forward. Pick yourself up and move forward. The only thing you'll do by doing that is set yourself back a day, maybe 2 at most, but persist forward. And if you are one of those that insist on checking, because the only way you're really checking is by social media, then what I strongly suggest, because again, I've been there, I know what it's like, is if you're lacking the discipline and you find yourself checking, then you need to affirm right on through that shit. I don't care what you're looking at. Affirm right on through it. And only assign the meaning to everything that you want it to mean. Everything. Give it the meaning you want it to mean. Not what you think it means, because the 2 words that will hurt your relationship the most is I think. That's your 2 words that will hurt your manifestation the most is I think. Unless it's the positive shit. Because usually it's like, well, I think he's talking to somebody else. I think he's living with gutter trash. I think he's doing this. I think he's on dating profiles. I think this. I think it's all the negative shit. No. Positive meaning to everything. Allow me to reiterate. Everything. Positive meaning to everything. I don't care what it is, because you have to understand that you're right regardless. So if you're right regardless, why would you continuously assign negative meaning to everything? Because either way, you're right. So what the fuck you want to be right about? Huh? What you want to be right about? Because you have to understand, even if that's not the case, if you assign positive meaning, you will be right. That is exactly what that now means. Okay, I told you guys yesterday about when I would go to the pool and I would tell myself like, yeah, of course he always stares at me. He opens up his blinds every time I'm at the pool because he always wants to stare at me. Right? That was my inner conversation. So sure enough, those blinds would be closed when I got to the pool, but they would open up. He could have just been opening up the blinds to get sunlight in his fucking room. But that's not what I told myself. No. Of course he's looking at me. I said that all the fucking time. All the time. If those blinds were closed, no. He's going to open up the blinds to see me. Yeah. He'd walk out of his place and go down the stairs and he would look straight before he would hit the stairs. I'd be like, look at him checking me out. He could have just been looking straight ahead at the tree. It didn't matter. No, he was checking my ass out. Care to guess what I was proven right about? All the above. You know why? Because that was the meaning I fucking gave it. That was the meaning I gave it. And he confirmed it because he was literally like, no. He's like, at first, yeah, I would open it up because it's dark in my room. So I would open it up because he had a big tree. He was like, so I would open it up to get sunlight. But yeah, eventually I started looking at you. Of course, because that was the meaning I gave it. Okay? That's how that works. And everything's a fucking sign. Forget angel numbers. Everything's a sign. Everything is a sign. Everything. But remember, signs only mean what you want them to mean. So just saying that that's a sign of what? Give the sign a meaning, okay? Like, no, this is what that means. Like, I see 2 fucking birds. Yeah, that's right. That's because we're getting back together right now. Yep. My manifestation is here. Okay, you see a single bird. Oh, yeah, look at him thinking about me. I know he's thinking about me right now. He's going to contact me right now. Oh, yeah, look at him. He's contacting me right now. Whatever you want the sign to mean, you need to give the sign a meaning. They don't tell you that, though. They just tell you, here's the signs. The fuck? It's only a sign unless you give it, there, nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. So a sign of what? The meaning. That's what that means. Okay? We leverage everything. And the biggest thing you can do right now, I told you guys this yesterday, right now, because it's all about leveraging. Okay? It's all about leveraging the law of assumption, leveraging everything. I will find the leverage in fucking everything. Don't get me confused. Because when they talk, you have one job, and that is to shut the fuck up, zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket, and listen. Because you are now an investigative reporter. No, you are not a boo from Aladdin. You're an investigative reporter. Okay? You're here to report for the Channel 5 local news station. When they open up their fucking mouth, if they say anything unfavorable, your job is to listen, because they will give you the leverage that you need. They will tell you, because everything that comes out of their mouth is feedback for you. It's all feedback, because their job is to confirm. That's their only job, is to confirm. So it's all feedback. So when they talk to you and say unfavorable things, your job is to listen. Because one, you might find it refreshing if you actually fucking shut up and you listen to what they say. You might actually see they have a valid point. We'll just start there from maturity level 101. Okay. You might see that they have that they actually have a point to what they're saying. Most people, have you ever heard this? Like, most people just want to be heard. They just want to be heard. Look at you ladies. You just want to be heard, right? So you think the SP is the opposite? No. And a lot of people want to just talk. They don't need a response. They don't need a therapist, right? They don't need a therapist. They don't need a mom. Sometimes they just want to vent. Listen to them, okay? Because that's just called being a partner. We'll start there. But second of all, because they will give you the leverage. They will tell you where you're going wrong so you can get it right, okay? So the first thing you should all be doing right now is, yes, I tell you to go in old story. I don't care what people say. Forget the old story. No, I tell you to use it as an investigative tool. Okay? We're going to get into that in a second. But let me see what people are saying, because I have not answered any questions. Do you wait for them to contact you without interference? Rita Brooks, that depends on your current situation. I don't ever recommend you go entirely no contact. It depends on your situation. Nadine, this does not apply to you. Okay? Is, if you can answer this question, if I was to say, text them right now, do you know if they would respond? And do you know how they would respond? If your answer to that is yes, I know they would respond, then text them. Why wouldn't you? That's called a relationship, right? But what you don't do is force the 3D. Okay, forcing the 3D is love bombing the shit out of them, or texting them like, look, motherfucker, I don't know why you're not talking to me, this, that, and the fucking third. That's forcing the 3D. Or saying, I miss you so freaking much. Like, I just think about you all the time. Like, can we talk about our relationship? Forcing the 3D. Now, messaging them like, hey, how's your weekend going? Hope you had a good week. That's not forcing the 3D. It's called a conversation, right? Just keep it natural. So yes, I would, because that's the thing. When my boyfriend came back into contact with me and gave me his number, why wouldn't I text his ass? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I? When I called him, when I needed to get into the pool, I literally started out the conversation like, hey, so odd question, but is there no way you might be able to, do you happen to be home? You might be able to let me into the pool. That's literally how I talked to him. And then we had a 3-hour conversation. Okay, because he wasn't home. So I was like, well, damn, that didn't work. So then we had a 3-hour conversation. It was great. But that's how I didn't force the 3D. But then you let the conversation flow where it flows, and you control the tonality of that conversation. So it's not interference as long as you're not love bombing their ass. Jessica, I could imagine your reaction. And you're all sitting in the park, having a conversation about how you wanted to see him in your mind, and all of a sudden you look up and you're like, and then you're like, hold on a sec. Let me breathe for one quick second. I'm sorry you threw me off because I was literally just talking to you in my mind. Oh, I answered all those about the inner conversations. I'm pretty sure I gave you guys quite a few examples of inner conversations. Oh, check that out. I actually have heart sunglasses. I got them for Valentine's Day from the Dollar Tree. Yes, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on heart sunglasses. So how do I do inner conversations with a new SP? So like, let's talk. So it basically goes for you. I did, Tyrese. I did. Okay. So for you, Dade, if you're doing somebody new, okay. If you're doing this with somebody new, so how you would control an inner conversation for somebody new is if you had met your perfect person already. Okay. So like, let's say that today you're out and boom. There you go, Bevy. There you go. So let's say you're out and then boom, you meet your person, right? You meet a guy and he's like, and he seems to have all the boxes checked, right? He's everything in your perfect person. If I was to call you up and be like, yo, how are things going? Just with you in general, what would you have said? You'd be like, girl, I just met the perfect person. Like, seriously, I just met the perfect man. He just asked for my fucking number. Like, we're going to go on, like, and just sent me a tag. We just exchanged numbers. And like, I'm so into him. He's like everything I've been looking for. Okay. That's how that inner conversation would go, is that they're everything you've been looking for. Like, I just met the perfect person. They're checking all the boxes. They're literally everything I've been looking for in a relationship. Like, I'm so excited. We just got numbers and we're planning our first date. That's inner conversations for somebody you don't know. Okay. Well, Ed, that's why if you were to, you wouldn't be wavering if you knew how this ended. Okay, which we're going to talk about lowering the resistance. I've already somewhat mentioned it. Sophia's pleasure. Girl, pay attention. I just did. I just told you exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. I'm sure, but you know what? You would end it if you would focus on what you want. You wouldn't be in no contact. You're always in contact. You're always in contact. But from what perspective? Oh, did I say that? When you go back to the version of yourself, yeah, because you need to be on that pedestal. All of you need to be on that pedestal where you need to have the attitude like, I'm fine. I'm great, but I want you back. So I'm going to go get your ass back. Period. Circumstances do not fucking matter. I don't care if I have not taught, if it's been a month. I'm going to get my man today. Yeah, after I wasted 7 months of law of attraction crap, and you're not even getting a text message or nothing at all, I was like, nope, I'm all done. I'm all done. I'm going to get this man back because he's my perfect person, and so let's get it popping. But were things confirmed once we got back in contact that things were still playing out the entire time that I couldn't see in my 3D? Yes, I did get confirmation of that, because you have to know that you still have underlining assumptions of your SP that are good. Those are still playing out. You just can't see it. So like, if you know certain things about your SP, like, oh, I know he loves me. Like, I know that we, like, what we had was absolutely perfect and like amazing. And I know we're going to get back together. Like, if you know these type of things, those assumptions are still playing out behind the scenes constantly. If you know if you know how he feels about you, that doesn't go away. If you know how he sees you, that doesn't go away. It doesn't. It's still how they see you. It is still an assumption of theirs. Doesn't matter if there's gutter trash or any of that shit. Okay? Because I always knew, excuse my unruly, that looked awful. But anyway, if you know how they feel about you and all that, or you know who you are as a person, they very much still know that about you today. None of that matters. Okay? Because you will get confirmation, because they can't change how you see yourself. They will still see you that way. Even today, even if it's been a month, 5 months, 17 months, 5 years, doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay? I had confirmation of this because I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know who I am as a person, as a woman, as a girlfriend. I know all this shit. So you think I need anyone to confirm that? No, not at all. But because I know that, so did my boyfriend the entire time. The entire time. Because I know who the fuck I am. So when gutter trash entered the picture, do you think I was threatened? No. At first, did it hurt? Yeah, 1,000%. I'm not going to say or lie. Yeah, at first, I was devastated at first, 1,000%. But then I picked up my big girl panties and was like, no, I know exactly who the fuck I am. And no one compares to me. No one compares to me. And that proved true over and over. That proved true 100% of the time. That never went away. Okay, and it was confirmed. So you have to know that that's always playing out behind the scenes. Always playing it out behind the scenes. So that's all you need to fucking know. That's all you need to know is there's constantly movement. Constantly movement. How many times do I have to tell you? Zora, I don't talk about, because I had all the circumstances, all the things people bitch about on here. Thanks, Lisa with Butterfly Girlfriend. I don't talk about my story anymore in here. I used to, but I don't talk about my story anymore. However, if you go to my YouTube channel, which the links are in the bio, and you scroll right past all of my TikTok lives, if you scroll right past all my TikTok lives and go into, you'll see how I manifested my SP back. It's like a 25 to 35 minute video. I tell my entire story there. Okay. So I made it in the form of a video. Yeah. I can't talk about it on here anymore. Plus it's old story for me. You know what I'm saying? It's old story for me and it doesn't matter anymore. So that's why I stopped talking about it on here. Yeah. But I did make a video, so you got it. What up, welcome to Mo Bestie, girl. I'm super excited for you. Snaps for Mo, by the way. Because her and SP are going to be moving in together. Why? Because she fucking said so. That's how this works. That's how this looks. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. Okay? No circumstance is too dire of need. There's no circumstance. You will not come to me with any fucking circumstance and be like, but I'm the exception to the fucking rule. No, bitch. I hate to break it to you. You're not. There is no circumstance too dire to stand in the middle of your manifestation. There's not. I'm here to simplify everything for you because this manifestation fucking community loves to overcomplicate the shit. They love to overcomplicate it all because they're trying to make a name for themselves and want to do all that. So I decided, I don't need to make a name for myself by creating all this bullshit crap up. I don't need to do that. Instead, I know what works and I'm here to tell you what works. And then I guess what makes me different is the one thing that makes me different is the fact that I'm petty as fuck. Yeah. I'm petty and I play the petty game to win. Every time. I'm highly competitive. I'm a Libra. It's in our DNA. I only pick and choose parts of the astrological sign that benefit me, by the way. Anything else, I'm like, that's on me. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But all the other shit, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right. I only pick the shit that benefits me. I know. That's why we all get along, because we're Libras, bitch. Except for you, best creator. That's why I don't respond to you, because you're Leo. I'm just kidding. But I'm petty. I'm so petty, and I'm so impatient, and I'm so competitive. And so because of that, I leverage everything. I find the leverage. So because of that, I teach you how to play a petty game to win. Like leverage everything. Leverage every fucking thing. Because you can leverage everything and get everything that you want. That's right. If you're not a Libra, you're on the bottom of the list. I should put that on the form you guys fill out now. What is your astrological sign? If you're not a Libra, you cannot schedule for 2 weeks. My Libra crew takes advantage. They take priority around here. But anyway, so look at that. Me and my daughter are both Libras. Care to guess how that pans out for us? But can I just rave? We're going to take a little break so I can rave about my daughter for a second, just because somebody mentioned her sister and I somehow knew my daughter. My daughter came home from school yesterday. She had her school dance, and I'm on a coaching call. She goes in, and there's a lot of Libras. She goes in, and she's like, I got to go get dressed for my 8th grade graduation dance, and I got to go do my makeup. And I was like, okay. She came out looking like a straight up Greek goddess. Like an Egyptian princess. I had to do a double take. I looked at her. I was like, damn. I was like, your makeup is spot on, chica. I don't have the patience for that shit, so. But yeah, she looked amazing. I was like, damn, she did makeup. Yeah, she's a tan version of me. She did her makeup. Like, I was like, damn. Boom. She's so cute with an attitude for fucking days. She has an attitude for days. But that's all right. She's just like her mom. That's what she said. She goes, all attitude complaints, please. What's that meme? All attitude complaints, please send them to the creator or some shit like that. Meaning my mom, her mom. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, she's that way, but she's going to be like, if she ever had a drink of alcohol, I'd be absolutely shocked. Like, my daughter is a rule follower to the T. Like, she's going to be the DD for all her friends. And if her friends fuck up, because I already know which ones are going to fuck up, because because I read people. I already know which ones are going to fuck up. And I'm like, you're going to have to go protect your friend a lot, right? Like, she's going to call you and be like, I got myself some shit. And then you're going to have to go pick her ass up, right? Just bring her home to my house and I'll protect her. We got her back. She's going to have a lot of friends like that shit. My daughter, she's the logical one. The one that's like, for the people, who is like responsible. She's completely opposite of me. She's completely opposite of me. Because I was living my best life. But can I tell you, the fact that they talked about sexual education in 8th grade, I'm very uncomfortable having those talks with my daughter. Because she had to ask me questions. Like an interview. I was very uncomfortable. She said, at what age do you think it's okay for me to have sex? I was like, never. What are you supposed to say? I think 18 is a good age. I was like, not when I did. Let's just talk about that. Like certain things, I'm just like all these questions, I was like, this is very uncomfortable. What am I supposed to say? What are some lessons that you've learned? And I was like, do you want my honest answer? Because is this going on a paper? Are you submitting this to the teacher? I mean, I guess I don't care because I'll never see the teacher again. But do you want my honest answer? Because it's probably going to be more uncomfortable for you than it is for me. Because I have no filter. So anyway, but they got to teach them now. You know what I'm saying? They can't wait till they get to high school anymore because half those kids have already, done the skinny ninny. Any hoot nanner. We're getting off track. All right. So this is the reason why the biggest gift. Funny. Funny, that's hilarious. What do you use, a banana to show that? Oh, man. That's hilarious. That was hilarious. Thanks, I need that one. Well, Sabrina, I'm working on that. I'm going to defy science. Because who the fuck said you need certain organs to have a baby? Some medical scientists, please. So when you guys see me in the medical journals, you'd be like, that bitch is really a master at this shit. I like to think I'm good at manifesting, but that is because here's the thing. I can manifest all kinds of things quickly. And the reason, like, I can manifest on a time crunch. I'm very good at manifesting on time crunches. But the reason is because I don't think about shit. I don't give anything another option. Oh, well, I get it, real Miss Heather. Okay. I don't give anything another fucking option. Nothing is an option. I know, Sergeant. I've manifested a rather large event myself. But you lower when it comes to SPs, the reason why you can manifest other things. What up, Dawn, girlfriend? Of course he's been messaging you every day like he used to. Of course he has. So the reason why people can manifest other things, but when it comes to their SP, I'm sure you did, Taylor. The reason why it's a little harder for you to manifest your SP is because they have this. Yesenia, I'm so proud of you, bitch. I'm so proud of you. Yesenia is also having she's also having great conversations with her SP. I know, my boyfriend's against that. Sabrina, he's against that. I know, but we'll see. Because it's whatever I want. He doesn't want kids. Besides, let's be honest, if I was to have one right now, my daughter's just going to become the babysitter. Like, you don't have time to go anywhere. You're busy. I am. I'll pick and choose what he's okay with. That shit's expensive, though. I'd rather go and spend that money and go freaking, somewhere else. Oh, God, don't put that shit out there, Sabrina. That's right. Your new mindset is because I said so. Because that's what this is about. Because you fucking said so. Okay? Because you have to understand this. People tend to be harder to manifest than other things because they have mouths. Because you take what they say as law. You take what they say and let it affect you. You take what they say and let it take your thoughts. You take what they say to justify their behavior. You take what they say and let it affect your relationship. This is all why SPs become harder to manifest than anything else. Okay? Usually the things people find hard to manifest is SPs and money. That's usually why. Look at that. Another member just had an inner conversation, got a text. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what makes us different here. Is everybody else on said internet wants to talk to you about your alter ego and just deciding and conscious creation and all of this bullshit. When I tell you, inner conversations produce quickly. Inner conversations produce quicker than anything. Because I know how the mind works. And people are getting movement like it's going out of style because they're controlling their inner conversations. We tested this numerous times. I don't bring anything to you until I test it myself. Okay? Like literally, my boyfriend, unbeknownst to him, is like one big petri dish for everything. But he's cute. You are not broken. He's one big petri dish for everything. Only because I know I can turn around, but I'm like, well, let me test this real quick. 7 days, total turnaround. You can do exactly what I said and control your inner conversations. Like, I mean, control them, but not think against them. Okay? So, like, you can't be like, Sabrina, you listen up. Come on, puzzle piece. Let's go. Come on, Miss Puzzle Piece. Let's go. Puzzle piece. Nailed it on the first try. Okay. Here's the thing. You can't, because what you can't do is you can't be like, okay, yeah, I know I'm going to see him when I come into town next week. And then in your mind, you're like, unless he like doesn't have time for me in his schedule. Like if he doesn't have time for me in his schedule, then I'm not going to fucking see him. And that, like, it is what it is. Like, whatever. You can't do that. because that's against what you want. So you're having two inner conversations. One is about what you want. The second one is against what you want. You can't do that. You can't do that because then your mind is this direction, okay? Is you're consciously saying something, but subconsciously you're trying to, this is why you guys waver. This is why you guys do things, because your conscious mind is your protector. Okay? Your subconscious mind's job is to protect you, which is why you only remember certain bits and pieces of your childhood. You only recall certain memories because consciously you only remember certain things. Subconsciously, it knows everything about you. So it knows all the shit. It knows all the shit, everything you've ever been through, which is why when people want to tell you, just forget the old story, it never existed. What the fuck are you talking about? Because consciously you can try. This is why people have a hard time with it. Because consciously you can try to forget the old story, but subconsciously it remembers all of it. So that's the problem. That's the problem. Which is why oftentimes because hold your questions because we're going to do the photo method so you guys can, get contact in the 3D because you're always getting contact. Okay. But this is why you have to remember how things work. This is why I don't ask you to make shit up, right? Be delusional because it has to make sense to your conscious mind for it to go into your subconscious mind. Okay. So this is why I bring logic into manifestation because it has to logically make sense to you consciously. So it goes into your subconscious mind because you have between your conscious mind and subconscious mind is a critical factor. Its job is to reject or accept information that goes into your subconscious mind. Okay. When you're consciously doing things. So that's where we have to bypass that. So it has to make sense to you. It has to make sense to you. Okay, so this is why I don't ask you to make shit up and be delusional. I'm like, no, why don't you just recall the things that they fucking have said to you? They said it out of their mouth. What's there to be delusional about? They said the shit. You know what I'm saying? What's there to be delusional about? There's nothing to be delusional about, because you're not making it up. You're not pretending that they behaved a certain way when they showed you the behavior. You know what I'm saying? So they already showed you that behavior. So you're not making the shit up either. On top of that, you don't need to pretend about what you want in somebody. You just need to you're recalling the version of them that they were for you. You've already experienced that version of them. You've already experienced that behavior from them. So you're not making the shit up. You're simply recalling this and bringing it back to now. That's all you're doing. So because of that, that's why if you'll do that, things push out quickly. Things push out quickly. So you don't need to dead the old story. You need to learn from it. Because guess what happens? Okay, here's the thing. Knowing how the subconscious mind works, okay? The only way you can let it go is not by pretending it doesn't exist. This is why you guys have a hard time doing that. You can't pretend something doesn't exist because subconscious mind knows everything. It knows all of it. Okay, so while you're consciously trying to act like it's not a thing, your subconscious mind keeps recalling it. So it's tug of war, okay? Because it knows that this is what happened, okay? So the only way that your subconscious mind can let go of the old story is if you learn from the old story. You have to have learned something from it. And then when you adopt the lesson, their subconscious mind lets it go. No resentment, no more hurt, no more of that shit because you've learned from it. But the only way you can learn from it is by putting yourself at cause, is by accepting responsibility and not blaming and not living at the effect, saying, no, I didn't do shit. I was the innocent bystander here. What happened was he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. No. The only way you can find the answer and let it go and find the lesson is by saying, okay, I created all this shit. In my thoughts, I created all this shit. So if I know this, then I'm going to adapt the lessons. I'm now at cause for this. Let me see where I went wrong, learn from it, and now it lets it go. That's how that works. So if you want to dead the old story, then learn from it. Stop putting blame onto your SP and onto everybody else, and learn from it. And learn from it. Because when we tell stories, they're always only one-sided. They are always only one-sided. Okay? Right now I'm dealing with a situation with my brother when it comes to that. So I'm changing his story. I'm changing his story again. Because he's telling stories, but it's very one-sided. It's 100% one-sided. And so I'm just like, I don't know what fantasy world you're living in, but that's not what happened in any sense of that world. Right? And it's like a game of telephone. So like when you go to your friends and you bitch about an argument that you guys had, you know damn well that you make it sound like your shit was roses and their shit was shit. You know damn well that's how you spin that story where it's like, I didn't do anything. But this motherfucker, every time you guys try to do that, I say, okay, well, let's think from a logical perspective. I don't think your boyfriend called you up one day and was like, go fuck yourself. No, something led up to that. What led up to that? Well, I did say this. I did do that. Yeah, okay, now more's coming out. But it's easy for you just to throw blame on somebody else. Like, I was the innocent party here. This motherfucker did it all. No. You caused it. You contributed in a major way. And so that's what you have to do. So this is what your task is in case you are fucking new here. You are going to recall what they said at the time of breakup, because that will tell you everything you need to know. What did they tell you when they broke up with you? Because they gave you the leverage. They've already given you the leverage to get them back, because you need to fix what they said at the time of breakup. When you fix what they said at the time of breakup, then you clarify in their mind. You need to get clear. So today is what? Saturday. Why the fuck do weekends go by so fast? Okay, today is Saturday. So you have until the end of Sunday, and I'm not playing with you bitches. I ain't not playing with you, okay? You don't play with shit. You have it till now to the end of Sunday, and you have one job only. Clarity. You're going to get very clear in your mind exactly how they feel about you. You're also going to get clear in your mind about what they want from this relationship. Do they want to be in a relationship, or are you just not sure? Are you just waiting for them to tell you that they want to be in a relationship? Are you waiting for them just to figure this shit out? Or are you actually going to get a grip and start figuring it out yourself? When you get very clear, listen up. When you get clear on those two subjects alone, they must push it out. They don't know what they want when it comes to you because you don't. Because all you're doing is questioning shit. All you're doing is reacting to things. That's all you're fucking doing. So therefore, they're not sure. They're not sure at all what they want. When you aren't sure how they feel about you, if they still have the same feelings about you, have they moved on, all this stuff, well, then they're not sure either how they feel about you or your relationship. But when you get clear on those two things, they must confirm. You need to clarify their thoughts. That's up to you. You can let them clarify their own fucking thoughts. Or you can take control and start clarifying their thoughts. And you do that by you getting clear on your thoughts. Because either way, you're sending a message to them all the time. What message are you sending to them? That you don't know how they feel about you? You think they moved on? You think they want to be with you and fuck with other people? You think they just want to treat you like shit? Talk to you with disrespect? Be cold and hot and cold? And not want to make you a priority and everybody else under the fucking sun is a priority but you? Like, Is that what you want to keep telling yourself? Or do you want to start telling yourself that no, they absolutely love me? Like literally, I know exactly how they feel about me. They want you. I know they want to be in a relationship with me. I know this for a fucking fact. You want to get clear on that? Or you want to get clear on what you're clear on now? Questioning every fucking thing. Because how's that been working out for you? How's that working out? It's not until you get clear. They absolutely want to work things out with me. What are you talking about? They absolutely want to come home. They want to come home. No doubt about it. Absolutely no fucking doubt about it. I know exact feeling. I don't need to question how they feel about me at all. I know exactly how they feel about me. And I'm not going to question it again. Because I don't. This is relationship 101. Because when they come back, you still need to not question how they feel about you. You should still know that they want to be with you. Because that's what caused your breakup, is the fact that you didn't know. You questioned all of that. And then they questioned it too and broke up with you. That's how this works. But you can start doing the same thing you did in the beginning of your relationship and get exactly what you got in the beginning. Validation, validation, confirmation, confirmation. Because either way, you're getting validation and confirmation. What is it of, though? What is it of? Yes, Sergeant. Yes, he's my little guinea pig. Who else am I supposed to test this shit on? You know what I'm saying? Some rando? No thanks. No, I tried it one time. I tried it one fucking time on somebody random, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm solid on that shit. Because that man was like blowing my fucking phone. Like, you would have thought that I knew him. You would have thought we were in a whole ass relationship and that we had been dating for a long time. Like, that's how he was acting. And I had just met this man the same day at a grocery store. And I tested it out, and this man was blowing up my shit. When I tell you blowing up my shit, that is not an understatement. When he was trying to come and bring me dinner, he was going to DoorDash me food. Like, he wanted to spend all this time with me. Like, he was getting upset if I didn't call him back within 5 minutes. I was like, what in the ghetto? What in the crazy town is this shit? And so I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to test on other people. Too much drama. I don't do drama in my life any fucking way. Anyway. Ava, yes, I will say one more time. The affirmations that I did. He is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Those are the ones that I used over and over and over again. That's all I did. That's the thing. That's the thing, Miss Real Miss Heather. That's the thing, is that you can't react anymore. There's no need to react. Because whenever you react, it backfires 1,000% of the time. Well, Rita Brooks, welcome to the family. You will love it here. Sometime I mainly help you and coach you, and oftentimes I will yell and scream and bitch at you. That's just my personality. But that's how I get you to stop with the bullshit and get your shit. That's why every day people come on here that have been taking my advice, that have been following me and watching my lives, reporting movement, reporting that they're getting their shit. That is how. Because if you get out of line, I will yell at you. Full disclosure. But we're like a family around here, okay? We are a family around here. So if you think you're going to come in here like 2 weeks from now and ask some ridiculous nonsense question, I know when you're here, girl. I know who my people are. I know who my peeps are. All right. If someone told me my SP will never be my husband, is that person telling me my inner truth? Are you referring to a fucking tarot card reader or some shit like that? No. No. Pix a waffle. Pixel waffle, no. That is not someone telling you your inner truth. No. How is somebody going to sit there and tell you that your SP will never be your husband? The fuck are they talking about? I would have turned around and been like, hey, you know what? I'm like, well, let me tell you something. You and your husband, you're getting a divorce. Oh, you don't like that? Does that hurt your feelings? Then shut the fuck up. No, there is no inner truth but your truth. Okay? There is no inner truth but your truth. You decide if he'll be your husband. You decide if he's not. You can decide that that person's right. But here's the thing. She's not right. That person is not right. The only thing that will prove true is what you choose to assume to be true. So if you assume that she's correct, then she will be right. But she's not right. It's your assumption of what she said. Okay? That's all that is. Okay? That's all that is. So basically that's, I mean, you see what I'm saying? So that's all that is. Okay. Well, look at this. We're just giving away the WhatsApp group around here. I love it. You're going to love it there. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, I highly suggest you get in the WhatsApp group because there's all kinds of, so you will get very, very inspired by the success stories because these success stories are constantly popping off like every day. Do you say yeah? So that's the thing with any readings, with what anybody tells you. Nobody is looking into your fucking inner truth. Your inner truth is whatever you decide it is. Okay? So decide now that that bitch does not know what the fuck she's talking about and she's the biggest liar on the planet. And that right now, no, that man is definitely going to be my husband. There's nothing more that he wants in this world than to marry me. I'm wifey material and he definitely wants to be my husband. Tell yourself that. And he will. And he will. Get clear and he wants to be your husband. The fuck these people out here be talking about. There you go, Miranda. That's what we have to do. Sing the songs. Anita Bonita. No, you do not. You do not necessarily need to say their name. Okay? SPK from Alabama to me in NY 2 weeks ago for a few days and said he's come back. Of course he's come back, girl. He come back right now. He planned his trip right now, taking his days off, clearing his schedule down, girl. Because he can't get enough of you. I'm loving all this for you. I'm loving all this for you. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Do you need to say his name? No, you do not. Now, you should say their name because you should have one affirmation. All of you should have the same affirmation, which I fucking tell you guys is your SP. What's their name? Brian is the easiest for me to manifest. Okay? You want them to be the easiest for you to manifest. Okay? That's the only time you would need to say their name. I just said he. Your subconscious mind knows who you're referring to. Now, the only reason why you would say their name is if you're saying he and you find that someone else is conforming. You'll know. Okay? So if someone else is conforming to what you're manifesting or your inner conversations or your affirmations and someone else is pushing that out, then you would go and say their name. Now, you don't need to say their name for all of them. Instead, it would be like, Brian is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. Okay? So you just say his name in the beginning. So your subconscious mind knows exactly who you're referring to. Okay? Exactly who you're referring to. Okay? Now, well, thank you, Fab Rusky. You're going to love it here. Because here, what we do, we have one objective here. And that is to fucking keep it real. Keep it real. I will always debunk or explain, depends on anything you hear. And you guys should. If you hear something on anyone else's fucking station, creator, they call them creators. Anybody, if you hear anything about a creator from a creator or any of that shit, and you're not sure if it's true or not, or you want a second opinion, I will be the first person to tell you if it's bullshit advice or if it's true. I will be the first person to tell you that because I have no fucking filter. That's how that is. That's why I don't go on other creator stuff because I will challenge them all day long. I cannot go on someone else's live. I tried it one time and I was like, oh no, because I'm about to comment. I mean, it would be good from a marketing perspective. Thanks, Tyrese. It would be good from a marketing perspective, right? Because then I just go on all these lives and take all their audience, bring them on over to my page. And if I had time, I would do that. But I will challenge them all fucking day. All day. Because they're all bullshit. Casper, what did you say? Because I can only see the first part of that shit. Pop it in here. Okay, we're going to do that exercise now. We're not going to do the cord cutting today. Sorry. If you want to do the cord cutting, you can go head on over to my channel. What the fuck do they call it? Profile. Head over to my profile, and then there's a series of videos where I'm wearing 3 red shirts. It's the first of the 3 red shirts going oldest to newest. Okay? Okie dokie. We do it here every day. But since I'm on a time, I got a hard stop at 1. Okay? So because of that, I'd like to think I have a life. So can I say you're so madly in love with me? You tell me you love me all day, every day. You can do that to the photo, Ren. But instead, here's the thing. What you're doing though, Ren, is you're wanting them to say something. People can say something and never take action on that. So instead, what I would do is I would come from a different perspective and say something like, if you're going to talk to their photo, it's like, you're so in love with me. You show me you love me every single day. Actions speak louder than words. That's where that saying comes from, right? Because they can tell you they love you while they break up with your ass. That's happened a shit ton of times to my clients. Or you would much rather prefer them to show you that they love you because that's validation, right? This is where actions, a lot of times, you'll be like, yeah, you keep saying that, but I don't see you doing it, right? That's why. So you want them to show you that they love you, okay? Show them. All right. Alrighty. So let's get busy. Patriot vibes, or not Patriot vibes. Poor times, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Look, CK, that's a sign. Movement. That means your SP's thinking about you right now. Yes. All right. So I want you to get your picture of your SPs out while I ramble for just one hot little second, okay? Get your pictures of your SP out. Fuck you, Bevy. It's like you know me. I do get distracted easily. So, while you're getting your SP's photos out, I get a lot of new people here. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jen, obviously. I love you too, bitch. I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else in your reality to work in your favor. I obviously know that sounds good. You click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. I got text coaching, a WhatsApp group, which is super lit, and you get advice in there too. I also have guided meditations, hypnosis bundles, all things to help you out. I also have a manifestation bundle pack that includes all the things, manifest for you, coaching, and all the shit. I am literally the low price leader in the coaching space because my main objective always has been in life is to create the biggest impact that I can. So I want to help millions across the world. So how the fuck am I going to do that if I'm charging 10 grand? You know what I'm saying? So I am literally the low price leader because my job is to help. I want 100% success rate. I want as many people to get the love of their lives back, because why get someone new when you can be with the one that you love? You know what I mean? I manifested my SP from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm good at it, and I'm here to help you be good at it too. Alrighty. Oh, and if you're watching on YouTube, links are in the description. My goal is on Monday to be filming a shit ton of video content. I need to film a fuckload of video content. Maybe I'll start doing that shit tomorrow too. I will be going live tomorrow because I can't get enough of you. And because someone has to keep you on track fucking 7 days a week so you don't spiral and go out of control. Okay. Now, after we do the photo method, I will be going into a little bit more time Maricela, the answer to that would be yes. Yes, if I manifest for you, I give you access to the WhatsApp community. So, I love you too, Casper. I love you too. All right, after this, after we do this, Tina, stick around. I'll answer your question. I'm going to keep it on your question so I do not forget. Okay. And then after the photo method, which we're going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and also, I'm going to end this with how the fuck to drop your resistance to your SP. So you're going to do what the fuck I say so that you can drop your resistance to your SP and start getting movement, like lickety split in your 3D. Do you understand? Okay, good. Now, you've got your pictures of your SPs out. So I want you to go down memory lane real quick. We're going all the way back to the beginning of your relationship with your SP before you even met the man. Okay? Or at the time that you met your SP, whichever is more convenient for you. I want you right now to remember who you were. Who were you as a person? Okay? Because the truth is who you were in the beginning of your relationship, just like your SP, is not who you were at the end of your relationship. You changed as well as your SP. And your SP only changed because you selected a different version of your SP every time they pissed you off, every time they annoyed you, every time they didn't do what you wanted them to do, every time you argued, every time you were annoyed. You chose a different version of your SP, and that version expanded over time. So that's why you didn't recognize him at the end of your relationship. But the reality is you also, if you were to look in the fucking mirror, you also weren't the same person either. Okay? Because your relationship over time created insecurities within yourself, plus your identities, which are at the hierarchy of change, by the way, who you identify as, they get wrapped up in our relationships. That's not how this should be, because your identities are at the hierarchy of change. So how you see yourself, who you identify as, controls your beliefs, your values, your behavior, your environment, and the way people see you. Okay? So we need to go back to who you were. In the beginning, when you first met your SP, you had a confidence level about you. You knew who you were. You were totally fine being alone. You were living your life, right? You knew that maybe you were interested in dating people, but you didn't have anybody specifically in mind. You were maybe wanting to date, but you didn't need a relationship. You were totally fine, right? You had a confidence, an assurity, a certainty about yourself. I want you to remember who you were at the time that you met your SP. And I want you to tap back into that version of yourself, but the evolved version, the 2.0 version of yourself, where you know where you went wrong in your relationship so you won't make the same mistake again, but also you also know you're also getting back to knowing and remembering who you are. Who you are. That badass bitch or man that knew who you were, but didn't need a relationship to define you. You knew who you were. Because that version of you is what caused your SP to pursue you, to chase you, to be attracted to you, to want to talk to you, to want to spend time with you, to want to be with you, who had feelings for you. That version of you is who your SP fell in love with, who he was crazy about. You need to go back to that version of you, that confident, secure version of you. Because it's magnetic. It's what they desire. It's what they want to chase. They don't want to be chased. So when you go back to that version of you, that was the version of you that they pursued. That is now who you are again. No version of you exists anymore. No insecure version of you. No, I need to be with my SP or I will not survive. No, none of that exists anymore within yourself. You don't have insecurities anymore. You don't need to overcome insecurities if you just go back and select the version of you that didn't have them, that knew who you were, that knew what you brought to the table. That version of you is who you must tap into again. And that is who you now are. There's no other version of you that exists other than this version of you. And only this version of you. because you must love yourself. You must know who you are so that your SP also sees you the same way you see yourself, as confident, as someone who's sure of themselves, who knows who they are, who knows what they bring to the table, who knows that they're perfect, who knows that they're the perfect person, the perfect partner in a relationship. Tap into that version of yourself again. Right now. Time is of the essence, bitch. Let's get it popping. That is now who you are. Now, I want you to fast forward a little bit when everything in your relationship was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay? I want you to now remember who your SP was for you. When that point in your relationship where they were checking all the boxes, okay? They were checking all the boxes. Like you were crazy about that, right? Is what was it about them? Who were they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Tap into that version of your SP again. Forget who they were 6 minutes ago or 30 seconds ago. That is no longer the version of your SP that you are selecting. You're going to go back and you're going to remember right now who that person was for you. How did they make you feel? Because that version of your SP, you never questioned a fucking thing from. You knew how they felt about you. You didn't wonder if you were going to hear from them today. You knew you would. You knew that they would text you when they woke up. You knew that you would talk to them throughout the day. You knew how they felt about you. You knew that they would spend time with you. They always made time to spend time with you. You didn't question if you were going to see them, when you were going to see them next. You didn't question how they felt about you. If they wanted to be with you, you knew they did. Therefore, they confirmed that to you. That version of your SP is who also won your heart, who you also fell in love with. That version of your SP is exactly why you are choosing to manifest them back. You're not choosing to manifest the arrogant asshole, the avoidant that's ghosting you, blocking you, not wanting to talk to you, treating you like shit. That's not why you're manifesting them back. Remind yourself right now, why this person? You can manifest anyone you want. What is it about them? Why them? Hold on to that version of your SP right now, because that version of your SP is now who they are for you again. No other version of you or your SP exists except for you being the perfect person, the perfect partner for your SP, everything they ever wanted, and your SP being the perfect, keep it on Patriot, plus SP being the perfect person for you. Pay attention. Do you understand? You either want your SP or not, okay? So do what I said to do. Okay, this is your SP now. These two versions of you and your SP are who won each other's hearts, where you never questioned anything. That is now who you guys are again for each other. Period. Your job is not to question a goddamn thing. Do you understand? Do you understand? Now that we have the versions of our SP and of yourself selected like a fucking vending machine, you're going to hold on to them. Okay? Now, if you are new here, you're going to put on your crown. Oh, hello. You're going to put on your crown. If you are not new here, you better fucking straighten that shit. You better straighten it now. Because here we get what we want. We get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. Okay? We are queens and kings of our reality, period. There is no one above you in your own damn house. But you. You are at the hierarchy. You decide what stays and what goes. You decide what people do and what they don't do. You decide what you allow and what you reject. You are the decision maker. You're the queen and you're the king. So own it. Step into your power. Because when you step into your power, you become unstoppable. Okay? Now, when queens and kings give commands, do they ever have to sit there and check, question, wonder if their command will be fulfilled? No. They don't have any doubts, none of that shit. Okay? When kings and queens give a command, they know, they expect, they know it will be fulfilled. That's all they know. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to worry about, wonder, doubt. They gave the command. Channel your inner queen and your inner king. Hierarchy. It is done because you fucking said so. Now, if you are alone, say it out loud with some backbone. If you are not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a fucking wacko. But before we get started, I want you to say right now, right fucking now, repeat after me. I know exactly how they feel about me. Say that now. Now say, I absolutely know that they want to be in a relationship with me right now. I have no doubt about it. I know this for a fact. Say it. Now say, he or she is going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Everything. Say it like you mean it. Do you understand? Now, you're going to give your commands to your SP. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to worry. There's nothing to doubt. You're going to start now. Because how you lower your resistance is by just doing it. Not questioning a goddamn fucking thing. Not overthinking things. Not overanalyzing things. Not figuring out the how. None of that. No question at all. No checking. No nothing. Just doing. Just do it. That's it. That's all you need to know. Okay? So you're going to go about your fucking little happy ass day. And no, they're always thinking about you. And no, they're always thinking about you. Because that is the reality, that whenever you think about your SP, they are thinking about you. And and this is why you have to try to not think about your SP, because they're constantly thinking about you too. Thought transmission doesn't go one direction. It goes both directions. So sometimes you will have a random memory pop up, or you'll be doing something and all of a sudden think about your SP. That is not a mistake. That is because your SP is thinking about you too. Not a day has gone by that they have not thought about you. They think about you all day, every day. Every time you think about them, they have to think about you. That's just how this works. You're in constant communication with your SP. Your SP has looked at your photos every single day since you last saw them, thinking about the memories that you guys had together, all of this stuff. They have written endless text messages to you on the daily, waiting to press that send button, waiting to press that call button to talk to you, to tell you everything you've wanted to hear. But up until now, you have prevented them from doing that. You have prevented them from doing that. So now, you are going to give them permission to contact you, to reach out to you, to want to be with you. Thanks, Fav. You are now going to end the insanity, and you're going to get what you want. And the way you're going to do that is by expecting something different, by knowing something different. Because either way, you are having an inner conversation about something. You're expecting something. You're either expecting to be friend zoned, blocked, not in contact, to not want to be with you, to not talk to you, to not make you a priority, to want nothing to do with you. Or you're going to start expecting them to love you, want to talk to you, want to be with you, want to spend time with you, and absolutely be in love with you. One way or another, you're expecting something. So we need to start training ourselves to expect the positive instead of what is currently showing up. Because when you expect something different, you get something different. You get something different. And the only way to expect is just to go about your day. Just do it. And just know. It's done. Talk to you soon, honey. That's the attitude you need to have. Okay? All right. So if you are in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact, but it is not, and I do pause this live for a couple minutes so I can go to the ladies' room while you do this, okay? But stick around because I'm going to tell you how to completely drop the resistance if you'll actually do it. Okay? All right. So you're going to, if you're not in contact with your SP or in the 3D, or you are in contact with your SP, but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to tell them to contact you. You can tell them contact, calling, texting, doesn't matter. However they would naturally reach out to you is exactly how they reach out to you. Who gives a shit? Okay. So you're literally going to look at their photo, dead ass in their face, and say, with a little bit of backbone, command authority, okay, because you're the boss, like you're talking to a fucking child, because that's how they're behaving right now, like children, okay? So you're going to talk to them like an adult, like a parent to a child. And you're going to say, you're calling me right now. You are calling me right now. You are calling me right now. Or texting, whatever. Okay. If you are in consistent contact with your SP, then you can tell them that they're contacting you right now or that they're coming to see you today. You're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Okay. If you are in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, any of the ships, then you have options. You can sit there and tell them that they're contacting you right now. They're coming to see you today, or you can have fun with it. You're bringing me flowers today. You're cooking me dinner tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're giving me a massage today. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Have fun with it. Okay? Have fun with it. Plus, I'm going to give you guys a little task to show that you are the operant power. Okay? After this. All right. So you have your crown is on. And it isn't going to ever get removed, by the way. Okay? Glue, duct tape that shit, super glue it, staple it to your head. I don't give a fuck. But keep it on. Okay? Now, your crown is on. You're going to give your commands. Stick around because I'm going to tell you how to lower that resistance. Okie dokie. And I'm going to give you your task because I already gave you one task. You have two tasks. That's all you're focused on for the entire weekend. Do you understand? All right. So now give your commands and expect them because it is my intention many of you will get contact very quickly, if not immediately. Okay? Expect them right now to contact you. And we're here to help you get your shit. Now, you're going to relax. Do you understand? You're all going to relax. That's right. That's right, Angel. That's right. You tell them, bitch. You tell them. Uh-huh. Yes, I'm on that today, Flashy. Yes, Flashy. Okay, so let's talk about lowering the good, best creator. Good. Yeah, Ryan, sure. You want a cow and a horse for free? Sure, get it. Get it. You can get the cow and a horse for free. Why not? Why not? Jen, my SP is 10K months. What you got for me? I'm confused. I'm confused. He's at 10K months. Great. Do you want him to get at 100K month? Is that what you want? Okay. You want him to shower you with gifts? What is it that you want? What is it that you want? Because I can help you with whatever it is that you want, girl. I need specifics. Okay? You can get whatever you want. If he's at 10K months, I mean, what do you want? Tell him to buy me a car. I'm just kidding. I don't need a car. Tell him to send me a gift. That's right. So, Fab, he's going to text you right now. Your SP's texting you right now. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Your SP's texting you right now. Okay, here's the thing. You guys have to understand. Here's how you lower the resistance. Okay? I've told you this 10,000 times. There's something crawling on my fucking phone screen. Okay. This is the thing. That's right, Angel. You tell him. In some countries, a cow is a term of wealth. Wealth. Their cows are very sacred in other countries. Here we eat cows, but in other countries, they're very sacred. Oh, you're trying to get your business to 10K months. Okay. So what you do is tell yourself this. Thank you, Fab. Okay, real quick before I tell you how to lower the resistance, let's address the money situation. If you want your business to get to 10K months, then that's great. That's what you tell yourself. I make $10,000 a month. Or you can break it down by day if you want, right? Where it's like, we'll just shoot for 15K, right? I make $500 a day, right? Or you can be like, I make $10,000 a month. I make $10,000 a month. I make $10,000 a month. Everybody buys from me. It depends on your business, right? I make new sales every day, all day, every day. Everybody buys from me. I'm freaking rich. I make $10,000 a month. My business is thriving. I make $10,000 a month. Everyone buys from me. Okay? You have 70 cows. Holy shit, Flashy. So that's how you get to 10K a month, is by doing that. But the key is to not react to what you see in the 3D. So like, let's say you open up your Stripe account today and your Stripe account is not showing your income. Like, let's say you have nothing on your Stripe account today. You can't tell yourself that. You can't be like, fuck, like, this is hard. Like, see what I'm saying? You can't do that. You have to tell yourself what you want to see instead of what you see. So you can see no sales today. No. That's not what you see. Like, no, actually I see, I just made $1,000 today. Holy shit, I'm rich. I just made $1,000 today. Okay. My business is thriving. I just made, oh my God, I have so much money in the bank, right? You have to control your inner conversations. So if you open up your bank account, welcome Mo, hopefully you're listening. If you open up your bank account, I don't care what you see staring back at you. No, I got 20 grand in the bank right now. Damn, I got so much money. I'm fucking rich. Okay. You have to step into that, because in order for you to get to 10K months or 100K months or any of those, you have to step into the identity of someone who has that, who has what you want. It's not about working hard, because if you worked hard, if all you had to do is work hard for your business to make money, then everyone will be rich, right? It's not about working hard. It's about working smarter and controlling the outcome. So you literally just have to control what you see and focus on what it is that you want instead of what is in your current reality, and stepping into the identity of someone who has what you want. If you're making $10,000 a month, right? you have to believe that you're a 7-figure entrepreneur. You have to step into that identity of being one, to the point where if you were to tell your mom, right, someone, your most trusted confidant, someone who you very, very much value their opinion, and you were to be like, girl, I'm rich. I have a 7-figure business. And they're like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? You're nuts. You don't even believe them. That's conviction. Okay. Then your income will match. It will match. You'll start to get money from everywhere, from anywhere. It doesn't matter. I had somebody do this, and she came on here within like 48 hours or 24 hours, something like that. She had an $1,100 deposit. She doesn't even know where it came from. Yeah. I've helped many entrepreneurs get to 10K, 100K months by doing nothing different, changing nothing in their business. But the best thing you can start doing is stop listening to business creators. Stop listening to them. Business coaches, stop listening to them. Because their entire job is to create assumptions in you that do not benefit you. Because they're trying to sell you their shit. Okay? So why do people say you have to have a viral hook if you're in business? There's a 4-step framework to creating viral content. Why do they fucking say that? Because they're selling you viral frameworks, okay? So they're trying to tell you, here's why your business isn't converting. Here's why you're not getting the traffic. Here's why you're not, if you want this, then you've got to do this. Because they're selling you that shit. That's fucking not the case. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing you can do is connect things that don't benefit you. So you don't want to say, well, these creators out here, these business coaches say that I need to have a large following to make money. The fuck are they talking about? No, you don't. I've proven that to be true. Grant, I got to contact you. I did not connect the two. Income to audience size. Don't do that. Because until you get on board with the audience size, your income will not grow, because you think you have to have a large audience to make money. Because of that, you won't make money until you have the large audience. So don't make assumptions that don't benefit you. So instead, focus on the income. Be like, I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. Because let me tell you the most freeing thing, because I've been in all the things. Okay, I spent $150,000 in coaching programs and masterminds for business. Do you care to know how much money I made following all their advice? $47. I have a hot pink golf shirt. First of all, I don't golf. Second of all, I would not be cut dead in a golf shirt. The first time I ever went to a golf course, what the fuck you call them? Whatever. You know, the golf, the place where people golf. I went there looking like I was going on a date. I had fucking heels on. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me that the whole thing's grass. So like my heels were like, they were like the pointed heels. They were like pushing into a golf course. There we go. They were like pushing into the grass each time. I was like, maybe I'm just going to drive the golf cart. Like, that's just what I'm going to do. But I will not throw that shirt away. First of all, I don't wear hot pink. Second of all, I don't golf, and I would never wear that shirt anyway. But I will never throw that shirt away because it cost me $50,000. It's the most expensive shirt I own. Because all they do is teach you strategies to work in your business. But if the strategy worked, then everyone would be rich. They'd have a 100% success rate, correct? But they don't. Because it isn't the strategy that works, it's the assumption of the strategy that works. Okay? It's the assumptions that manifest, not the strategy themselves, not the traffic strategy, the viral content video strategy. You know how many fucking videos go viral that have not edited shit. They do not have some fancy fucking background like they try to teach you got to have a fancy background. They do not have any of that shit. They do not have a hook, all of that, a framework. They literally don't have any of that. But yet their videos go viral teaching you how to make a fucking Caesar salad. That's because they choose not to believe that they need to have all that stuff, right? So the same with you. So that's the key there, is to not buy into all that nonsense, because all these business coaches out there just teach you strategies. They don't teach you the way to actually get, to make money. Because I know somebody who right now is good at what he does, but broke. But he's teaching people how to make 7 figures. Don't trip. He's teaching people how to make 7 figures, but he's struggling very much financially, because he keeps telling himself that the company profits are on the decline. I don't know where my money is. We're not making any money. So because of that, he brings in 3 clients, loses 3, brings in 3 more, loses 4, over and over and over again. So that's the key to business success. Okay? Alrighty. And are you doing the, what's it called? The fuck's that called? It's the Muslim holiday. Thanks, Christy. Welcome to the family. Because if you are. Yeah, EID. I was like, man, props to the kids that do EID, by the way. Props to the children. Could you imagine being at, first of all, I don't know how anybody does that, because I was like, I love food and not to not eat when the sun is up. I was like, but let's talk about the children. I was like, they have so much commitment, because they're sitting at school every day watching all their friends eat while they're not eating, But I have super respect for that. I have super respect for the culture, because, man, they are committed. They are super committed to the faith. Unlike, most Christians are like, walk with the Lord on Sunday and then live in sin Monday through Saturday. See what I'm saying? Now, look at there. What do we have here? A just said, what? My SP just texted me. That's how this works. That's how this works. Good for you, A. That's how this works. Do you guys see how this works? This is how this works. That's why I tell you, stick with me. And I'll get you your shit, because I'm good at it. I'm good at it. And I'm here to help you be good at it. And here is how you're going to be good at it. They are absolutely dedicated to their religion. I know, you're excited, huh? Aren't you, eh? Stick around. This is only the beginning, bitch. I am the best, thank you, but so are you. Okay, so here's what you have to do. Are you serious, Fab? I love that for you. Because didn't you just say you wanted to text? Do you respond promptly? It's up to you. I mean, I certainly wouldn't act like I'm sitting on my fucking phone waiting for the motherfucker. That's just my personality. So I wouldn't respond right away, nor do you push it, okay? So when your SP texts you, you read the room. You respond accordingly to the text. What you don't do is when they text you and come back in contact in the 3D with you is love bomb the shit out of them, force a 3D. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear from you. I've missed you so much. Can we talk about a relationship? No. It's if he's like, hey, how's it going? What are you doing? Hey, I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Great, actually. How have you been? Right? Natural conversation. But be yourself at the same time. Okay. So what I mean by be yourself is be your own personality. Okay. I don't mean be yourself and love bomb them. That's not what I mean, because that's forcing the 3D. It backfires and they'll pull back. Okay. So the only way you keep it going is by keeping it casual, but being yourself, because that's who they love, right? They love your personality. They love your quirkiness. They love who you are naturally. So naturally show your personality through the text. This is where text gets misconstrued often. Of course he did. Look beautiful in the lobby and he's living with you. That's right. Make sure you look extra beautiful in that lobby. Look at that, Mia. He just texted me too. Whoop. That's what we do around here. Do you see what we're doing around here? Get inspired, guys. Get inspired, because this is what we do here. There's only one reason why I choose to come live with you guys 7 days a week, and that is to what? Oh, yes. Get you results. Get you results. Get you movement with your SP to realize that you are the operant power. Okay? Yeah, yeah, it's a bad thing. Yes, you did miss the photo method. Okay. You are the operant power. Okay. That's what you have to remember. And when you step into being the operant power, then you get to decide what stays and what goes. They say to just decide, king of me. Why does that seem to be not enough? Because you would have to just decide. People can't just decide they're going to get a text, let alone just to decide marriage. Okay. So it could be enough if you have the ability to just decide, but just deciding there's a level of discipline involved. Thanks, Beach Joy and Poor Temps. Okay. There's a level of discipline involved in just deciding that you're together when your 3D reality doesn't show you that. Okay. So you would have to be, Kayla, start to get ready. You would have to be able to just decide and then not check the 3D, none of that, not react, but just know. And that's where, I say, instead of just deciding, because people can't do that, is just know how this ends. Okay. If you just know and just decide the outcome, like not acting as if, but just knowing like, okay, no, I'm the operant fucking power. And this ends. Let me tell you how this fucking ends. Part 1 of this movie sequel, it ends with us in a relationship. That's all I need to know. Okay. This lowers the resistance. If you know this is going to work, this is working now. I know exactly what I'm fucking doing. That's it. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to check. I don't need to do any of that. I'm going to say positive meaning to everything and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Just do it. Do it. Know what I mean? I know that's not the song, but it's my rendition of the song. But when you just do it and you know, like, this is what it is. This is what my shit is. I'm not going to worry about shit. I don't need to doubt anything. I don't need to get all in my fucking head. I'm just going to do it. That's all. Joey, you would text me through, is it you that just said, do I text the 949 number? Because if that was you, you got my phone number. It's 714. Sean, you're welcome. You are welcome. I try to help you guys out in everything that you want. Okay, you want to manifest my first boyfriend to be crazy about me. Yes, of course. But you need to see them as that person. You need to see yourself as somebody that people are crazy over. Someone that people are crazy over. Okay? So here's what I need you guys to do. Okay? You guys are going to do this. Okay? You're going to go around for the next 48 hours. Okay? You're welcome, King of Me. You're going to go around. Thanks, Tailfeather. Loving all this love today. You're going to go around today and you are going for all weekend long. Positive meaning to everything. Nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. So you're going to give everything a fucking positive meaning. Everything a positive meaning. Everything. I don't give a shit if he texts you and you text him back and he left you on red for 12 hours. I don't give a fuck. What you're going to do is not be like, he left me on red. Thanks, Jackie. He left me on red. Woo is me. He doesn't want to talk to me. He's ignoring me. No. Positive meaning is exactly this. Because remember, someone has to be left on red. Okay, guys? So instead, you're like, look at him. Of course he read my message right away. Why wouldn't he read my message? And I know my messages brained his whole fucking day. That's all he can think about. And he's going to respond to me right now. Positive meaning. Thanks, Jackie, girlfriend. Do you understand? Positive meaning. That's called positive meaning. Okay? Blocked. Don't acknowledge the blocked. But sit there and be like, I know he checking out my profile every day like shit. He can't stay off my profile. I know he looks at all my shit. Because they do. Why do you think they block you? You know, you have to look at it from a logical perspective. Okay, look at block. Let's dissect block for a second from a logical perspective. Okay, they could just ignore your ass. Thanks, Kelly. They could just literally ignore you. Let's just think logically speaking. They could ignore you, right? If you send them 55,000 DMs, they could just, it's not like it shows up 55,000 times. It's one DM, right? It just shows you message them 55,000 times. But it's one fucking DM. They don't have to, they could just ignore you, right? They don't have to breathe life into that. But they block you for one reason. So therefore, they can look at your shit and you don't know they're looking at it, because all they have to do is unblock you, look at your stuff, and then block you again, and you have no idea they were even on your profile. But they were 15 times today. Or they have a fake profile, a dummy account. Most people have them. And they're now going on there and looking at all your shit, and you have no idea. And you have no idea. So why are you choosing to look at it like a negative thing, right? Everything, you can find the positive meaning to everything. To everything, you can find a positive meaning. But don't focus on the things that are happening now. Like, don't focus on the fact that you haven't talked to them for, 5 months. You've been talking to them the whole time. You've been talking to them the whole time. So continue to talk to them. Continue to talk to them. Because all you've been doing is talking to them about the negative things, all the things they're not doing, and all that shit. And then wondering why they're not contacting you, why they're not doing all that. Because that's all you're talking to them about, is not doing that. Your thoughts, when it comes to them, become their thoughts. Just like their thoughts being passed to you become your thoughts. So it's knowing how to decipher the two. Okay? Because they're doing it automatically because they don't know what they're doing. You're learning how to control the thoughts that you're passing to them. So you want to control that and be like, well, what am I doing? Am I bitching all the time? Am I talking about how they're ignoring me? Because now they're like, I don't want to talk to her. Am I shitting all over myself and thinking that they think I'm a horrible person? Well, now they have to think I'm a horrible person. What are you choosing to tell yourself when it comes to you and your SP? You need to remember that, because you are constantly communicating with them. So you need to ask yourself, what are you communicating? What are you communicating all the fucking time to your SP? Funny, you can reach out if you can answer this one question. If I was to tell you to text them, do you know if they would respond? And do you know how they would respond? If you don't know if they would respond, then my guess is, then I would advise that you don't text them. Okay? But if you don't have a negative, okay, so you all will know, let me tell you, you guys will know, this will give you an insight to know how you actually see your SP. Okay? How do they break up with you? At the initial breakup, not after you force a 3D after the breakup, okay? But at the initial breakup, how do they respond to you? What did they say to you, and how did they say it? Okay, were they like, go fuck yourself, I fucking hate you, low-life piece of shit? Okay, if that's what they said, then you have a negative view of that person, okay? Now, if they did not do that, if they were like, you know what, I'm not sure about this, like, I just don't feel the same way, I just feel like this just isn't good for me, I need to work on myself right now, you deserve better, then if they let you down in a kind way, if they broke up with you in like a mature way, a soft way, then your underlining view of them is not awful. Okay, how you see them is not terrible. Could it be improved? Yes. But how you actually see them is not terrible, because if you did, they would have broken up with you in a very hostile, rude demeanor. Okay, but if they didn't, then that means that you see them as relatively a good person. Okay, so because of that, you're one up. Okay, on your assumption of that person. So there's never a time that you can reach out to your SP if you can control yourself. Okay. So if you can control, I'm not this person that says, go no contact, but you have to control yourself. So what are you choosing to contact them about? Okay. If you're choosing just to contact them and and just be normal, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's just a normal, like, hey, like say you used to send memes to each other or reels, and you sent a funny reel, something that you think is funny. My boyfriend doesn't think my reels are funny that I send him. But then you could do that, or if you're like, hey, I was just thinking about something the other day that made me think of you, and I just want to see how you're doing. You can do that. But what you have to do is remember that you have to control your thoughts about it. Okay. You cannot send a text being like, I really hope they respond. What if they don't respond though? Are they going to be upset? Then don't text them. Then don't contact them. If that's your thought process going into it. Okay. If you're questioning if they're going to respond, if you're doubting if they're going to respond, they're not going to respond. Okay. So don't do it. If you can't control your thoughts about it, then don't do it. Okay. Because if you text them and they don't respond right away, and you're finding yourself getting all fucking in your feelings about the shit, then don't do that. But instead control it and be like, I know that they love to hear from me. They're going to text me back. Of course, they always text me back. You would never have gone no contact for a long period of time if you would have done this up front. But all you did was focus on the time. And time expands. What you focus on expands. So if you focus on, I texted him 6 hours ago, he hasn't responded, it's been 6 hours. You're focusing on the fact that he hasn't responded for X amount of time. So now the time expands. So now it becomes 24 hours. And the more time goes by, the more you're in your fucking thoughts, even your thoughts amplify even more about, okay, now he's just not responding to me. It's been a whole day. It's been 2 fucking days. And you're focusing on the time that he hasn't responded. And all that time does is keep expanding. You would have never gone no contact for a long time if right up front, if you would have known this and been like, absolutely fucking not. That bitch responds to me immediately. Like when I text him, he loves hearing from me. Like he always texts me back right away. Always texts me back. Every day I hear from him. Then no contact would have been broken a long time ago. But up until now, and the more time that goes by, all you focus on is how long it's been since you've been together. How long it's been since this. How long it's been since that. You can't do that. You have to drop the time. Because I tell you, you shouldn't be focused on that anyway, because you should be like, I talked to this motherfucker yesterday. Hello. Keep up. Keep up. You've talked to him yesterday. In fact, when's the last time you thought about this person? Well, that's when you last talked to him. That's all you have to remember. That's all you have to remember is, when did you last think about them? Okay, cool. Well, that's when I was last in contact with them. What no contact? We talk all the time. That should be your inner conversations, all of that shit. So I really want you guys to focus on your inner conversations. Really, really check them, become aware of them, and flip whatever you're thinking that go against it. Because every time you're reacting to the 3D, you're thinking that's an inner conversation. Every time you're thinking about when the last time you talked to them, it's an inner conversation. Every time you're thinking about any of that shit, it's an inner conversation. Every time you're questioning if it's working, it's inner conversation. Every time you're questioning how they feel about you, inner conversation. Every time you're questioning if they want to even talk to you, inner conversation. Every time you're thinking about them being blocked, you're being blocked, inner conversation. Every time you think about if they're with somebody else, inner conversation. All of that shit is inner conversations. So that's where I said, I want you guys to drop the bullshit and just do it. Just do it. Say, Jen said to do this, that, and the third, and I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to question shit anymore because I've been questioning shit, and how's that working out? It isn't working out. So I'm not questioning shit anymore. I'm just going to do. I'm just going to do. I know this is going to work. I'm not going to clock the time. I'm not going to check anything. I had to go back in my mind. Like, I don't know how long it took before I got in contact. I wasn't writing the shit down. Okay. I wasn't like, okay, today is day 1 and I'm starting. Oh, now it's day 2. No, I just did the shit. Like over and over and over again. And I kept going and I kept going and I kept going and I'd give anything another fucking option. I certainly wasn't thinking against the shit at all. At all. I wasn't thinking against it at all. Not to say I didn't waver ever. Of course I did. Sometimes, but I'd pick myself up and I'd be like, no, fuck that, move forward. Right? But I didn't question, is it working? What's going on? I'm not seeing shit. I didn't do any of that. Because in my mind, I always saw shit. So you guys are looking like for massive movement in your 3D. Like you think he's going to come out like a James fucking Bond movie and he's just going to fly on a helicopter, dangling from the fucking ladder and jump onto your porch. That's not going to happen. It's going to happen. What's going to happen is going to unfold naturally. So I never saw no movement in my 3D because everything was fucking movement to me. Everything was fucking movement to me. He's not a big social media guy, but if your SP is, yeah, everything they post is for you. Everything they post is for you. Look at him posting his motorcycle because he knows how much I love that picture. He's always talking to me through every fucking post he makes. That's for me. Oh, look what he made us for dinner tonight. I don't give a fuck. I saw movement every day because I gave everything a sign of movement. Everything had meaning that I meant, that I wanted it to mean. So I got movement every day in my 3D. I wasn't questioning if that was movement. Everything was fucking movement. Everything was what I wanted it to mean. I didn't question it. I certainly wasn't going to assign negative meaning. And this wasn't something, and this is maybe just how my mind works, is I just didn't do that because I didn't think about that. I just did it and I just was like, well, common sense. Just like, if you put a little common sense in the shit, it would change how you guys look at things. Like, seriously. It would change how you look at shit. Because if you would literally just use a little common sense and be like, okay, well, common sense, why on earth, how's this going to benefit me if I was to only care about my feelings? And that's it. How the hell is it benefiting me by thinking the negative shit? How is it going to make me feel if I'm thinking about him in a negative way? How does that make me feel? If I'm assigning negative meaning to things, how's that making me feel? If I'm thinking worst case scenarios, how the fuck is that making me feel? Not good to all of the above. So why would you do it? Do you enjoy not feeling good? Do you enjoy feeling sad? I know you just said no. So if you don't enjoy any of that shit, why do you continue to do it to yourself? Because no one is doing it to you other than you. No one is doing it to you. Your SP is not throwing shit in your face. You're going and digging for shit. And then assigning negative meaning to everything. You're going and you're looking for, it's like you're looking for things to assign negative meaning to. So you'll like go on their social media profile, which for the 10 millionth time, social media is not real. But you'll go on their social media profile and you'll see their pictures, but you don't stop there. Now you're looking to see who liked their pictures. For what? Now, not only are you doing that, but now you're reading the comments. For what? For what? There's that saying, what you seek, you will find. So what are you looking for? What are you looking to find? Because you're going to find what you don't want and it's not because that's what it means, but it's because that's what you're looking for. So because that's what you're looking for, you're assigning the meaning that you want to it when it doesn't mean that. And it's negative meaning, right? Like they're not in control of who likes their shit. But now all of a sudden you're like, well, look at this bitch. Like she could have been somebody he went to high school with that he has not talked to in 25 years. And you're like, well, who the fuck is this? Why is this girl liking your shit? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Why do you care? Or what does she mean by this? When it was like looking good. Maybe she just thinks maybe she hasn't seen him in 20 years. It's like, oh, you're looking good. So? But you're reading into the context of what that what that comment said because you're looking for things. So your filters go up and now you're assigning negative meaning and reading into every fucking thing. For what? Does that make you feel good? No, it doesn't. It leaves you crying. It leaves you in a bad mood. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Stop doing that. Okay? Stop doing that. Black page, we are doing great. So, Beach Boy, your 48-hour assignment is this. It is meaning no, it's no questioning shit. You are not to question anything. Okay. You are not going to overthink things. You're not going to overanalyze things. You are not going to be checking the 3D. You are not going to be doing any of that shit. You are not going to be digging for shit. You're not going to be setting negative meaning to anything. None of that. None of that. You're not checking for movement. You're not bitching, whining, moaning, grunting, complaining. You're not doing any of that. Your entire job for the next 48 hours is to not question, not check, nothing. Positive meaning to everything, and you're just going to do it. You're just going to do what I said. That's all. You're not going to do anything else. You're not going to overanalyze things. Am I doing this right? You know, what do you mean if you're doing this right? You're thinking. Yes, you're doing it right. You're doing it anyway. Doesn't mean you're learning how to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of work. You don't have to try. We're not trying here. We're just doing it. Just do the work. You have lots of time on the weekend, so put in the effort. Do the work. It's not a hard thing to do. You're processing 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day on autopilot. There's two types of thinking that you do. Focused thinking. Oh, I got a jet. Focused thinking and free thinking. Focused thinking is when you're working, talking on the phone, doing things like that. That is focused thinking. When you are free thinking, that's when the weekend comes into play. Where you're driving in the car, watching Netflix, taking a shower, cooking dinner, things like that. That is when your mind free roams. And that is when it starts going to the dark side, to your current situation, to everything not being how you want. That's when you feel the dead airspace. That's when you feel the dead airspace. When I was working, I wasn't affirming while I was working on coaching calls. That would be weird. But as soon as I was done, if I had 5 minutes, I would affirm. But that's just my personality. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying you have to do that. But I started controlling what was going on in my mind. And that's the one thing you're in control of, is your mind. You're in 100% control of your mind. So get control of it. Get control of it. Stop letting it run on autopilot. It's time to do things differently. When you do exactly what I said and you don't question shit and you just do it, do it. Guess what's going to happen when you do it? You're going to get exactly what you want. You're going to get your SP conforming. Yes, that's what's going to fucking happen. Do you understand? Yeah, that was a pattern interrupt, bitch. Pattern interrupt. Okay? You either want what you want or you don't. If you want your SP, then do it. Then do it. That's it. That's all. That's it. If you need a little micromanagement, blackpage.poetry, you either book a call with me or you join the WhatsApp group or get text coaching. You'll get all the micromanagement you fucking need. You'll get all the micromanagement you need. Okay? So that's what you have to remember. Do you understand? Mandy, I don't know what you're talking about because you don't have borderline personality disorder. We talked about this already. You've always had perfect mental health. You've always been perfectly healthy, perfect mental health. Do you understand? And you handle stress with ease, bitch. You handle stress with ease. Okay? I know I can't sing, Chris, but don't judge me. Don't judge me. I may not be able to sing, but I still love to sing. Yes. You know, Angel, I don't know what you're talking about. Have you not been paying fucking attention? Have you not been paying attention? You don't want your SP. You got him, bitch. You got him. He literally lives in the building. This is where Angel lives. Look. You could take a page out of my book. This is where you get petty with the shit, especially if you live in the same building like I did. I live one building away. I made sure that man saw me all day. I'm not saying stalk his ass. What I'm saying is I made sure that he saw what he was missing every fucking day. I always look my best. Shit. I never looked so hot when I went on walks. I bought new workout gear and everything. I don't even work out, bitch. I don't even work out. But I played the part. I even got walking shoes. And I got to walk in. Why? on the walk path that conveniently went right by his building. Why? Because I wanted him to see what he was missing every fucking day. Look at that. So if you just do what I just said, then you could be like Yari, who said she just started my methods recently and she saw him today after 8 months of no contact. Yes. Chris, you're going to judge me now too, huh? Are you going to judge me now too and say I'm not a ninja? Snaps for Yari. Because that's what we do around here. That's what we do around here. Okay? We get what we want. And so that is your task. Do you understand? That's right. You ran into it. That's right. We sing in the shower. You should see when I'm in the car. I do all my best thinking in the car, by the way. But when Maricel, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You've been here for a long time, bitch. I will sing in the car and I just like rock out and like people will pull up next to me and be like, I'm like, yes. Especially when like, NSYNC comes on or a little old school jam. Oh yes, that is my shit. It's my shit right there. That's right, Elena. That's right. I always show them what they're looking at. That's what I do. I'm going to show them what they're looking at, what they're missing all fucking day long, every day of the week. Yeah, buddy. All right. You now have your marching orders. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay. You now have your marching orders. You know exactly what to do. I literally laid down the game plan for you. And if you were not paying attention, well, then you know what? You're going to have to go watch this again. We're tuning in tomorrow. Okay. I got a jet. I'm very, very busy. Obviously, as I'm here with you. So you have your marching orders. I want you to do it all the way until the end of Sunday. Yari, you are to continue to do what you're doing, to not question anything, to just do it. We're not questioning shit. We're not wavering. We're not doing none of that, okay? We're not questioning anything, okay? You're just going to do it. You're not reacting to the 3D. You're not wondering, am I doing this right? Am I, wavering? Like, is this going to work? Like, where's it at? Where's it at in the 3D? We're not doing none of that shit, okay? We're just going to do what I said and do it. And just do it. Know exactly how this ends. And just do it. It's like nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. No need to check. What's there to check? No need to be fucking nosy, because what's there to be nosy about? I know what he ate for dinner tonight. I was there, duh. I know what he's doing today. Thinking about me, obsessing over me, and being completely miserable. I don't need to know what he's doing today. I know what he's doing today. Crying all over his fucking couch, obsessing over how much he misses me. That's what I know he's doing today. Yes. Why? Because I fucking said so. Yeah. And when is he happy? When he's with me. And when we're not together, guess what he is? Completely miserable. Completely miserable. He's having the worst night of his life tonight. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know a goddamn other thing. That's my truth and I'm sticking to it. That's right. He's bringing you a snack, baby. What snack you want? Be specific about it. Be specific about the snack you want him to bring you together. And have him bring it. Exactly the snack that you want. Tell his aspect. You're like in your mind, be like, you're bringing me this specific snack tonight. That's right. That's right. Oh, okay. Oh. So you want him to bring you some whipped cream is what you're saying. I mean, I'm just saying. Yes, Yari. He could be the snack too. I mean, whipped cream could be, it could go both ways. It could go both ways. With the cherry, like a top hat. All right, guys. I love you. Good, Sab. That'll be freeing for you. there you go, some strawberries. That's right. Staying positive, funny, it doesn't have anything to do with it. Okay, it doesn't have anything to fucking do with it. Okay, it's like those fucking stupid law of attraction people that say you need to be in a high vibe. How the fuck are you in a high vibe because you're broke? How are you in a high vibe because you're not with the love of your life? There's nothing to be high vibe about. And how you gonna be all positive about that shit? You know what I'm saying? You're not. You're not. Okay. And so the one thing I never tell people to do when I manifest for them is be high vibe. Be positive. No. Because you could be angry as fuck and still manifest. Because you leverage anger. You know what I'm saying? You leverage things like that. So it's like, yeah, okay. I just need to know it's done. Cool, sick. My job just got a whole lot easier. Okay. There's nothing to stress about. There's nothing to worry about. There's none of that shit. And you're going to practice now. Okay. You're going to practice now. All right. All right. And I ran out of time, so I can't tell you how to manifest a husband, but it'll be the same fucking thing. Angel, don't forget the towel. Oh, 4 years. Well, we need to get your SP, man. We need to get your SP. All right. Oh. Is it hard manifesting SP when they're in a different relationship? No, I manifest my SP from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. And there was gutter trash in the picture. Who was living with him, so? You think that mattered? Nope. You think I gave a shit? Nope. You think I cared about any of that? Nope. Not at all. Do you think I let any of that bother me? Nope, not at all. Do you think I viewed that as an obstacle? Nope. No, not at all. Actually, I'm very good about banishing gutter trash away. It is a superpower of mine to banish the gutter trash right back to the dumpster that they crawled out of. And they'll let the dump truck take her out. That's why we call them gutter trash around here. Okay? All right. I love you, besties. Oh, you let go of the old story. Come join me tomorrow. Join me tomorrow and I'll tell you all about it. All right? Do I need to really hang on here one fucking more minute? Fine. I'll answer one more question. I go live. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll do my ending. I go live every single day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Hang out with you typically for 3 hours. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. It depends. It depends on my day. Maybe I'll hang out a little bit more with you tomorrow. Who knows? But I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss my live, I always upload them on the tube of the U. So while you're there, subscribe, watch them. Hopefully take my advice and implement what I teach you so you don't just, become a lifelong learner. No, let's go get your SP. You know what I mean? Okay. On top of that, if you are interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. I don't know how you missed me either, Donna. Bet I'll see you tomorrow, girl. Okay, all links are in my bio. Same with my YouTube channel is in my bio as well. Feel free to join our WhatsApp community. It is popping. You'll be inspired by all of these success stories that are literally posted there every single day. And you see all the movement because that's what we do around here, is we get all the movement. Okay? Yes, you can, but I tell you how to play your part. I teach you how to play your part. Okay? We're here to get you everything that you want and more. My entire goal with my team is to make sure you have a 100% success rate. I can't wait to work with you too, Salty Dog. Is a 100% success rate. That is exactly what we want. And Angel, if you did not get that, shoot me a little message so I can go ahead and send that to you if you didn't get it. Okay? But that's what we're here to help you do, okay? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions at all, my DMs are open to you, okay? If you have any questions, I try to give you your initial step. But bear with me because I got a lot going on. So there's that part, okay? So I'm looking forward to every single one of you. You know what I mean? WhatsApp is fine. Or reach out to Baby. They got access to all that shit. But you should automatically have access to that in your, because I think you just got it now, right? So you should automatically have access to that in your email. So check your promotions or spam folder too, if you know what I mean. Okay? All right. We had 2 winners today. I don't know if the first one was announced, but I'll leave that up to the mods. Maybe I'll pick somebody at random. And you know what? We're feeling generous today. So since Angel just got our Bevy, take notes, bitch. Since Angel just got the meditation bundle pack, if she's not in the WhatsApp group, put her in there. My gift to you, bitch. You're welcome. Okay. Put her in there. Okay, so Angel, go ahead and send, you are in the WhatsApp group. If you're not, message Bevy. She'll shoot you in there. All right? And get inspired. Let's get some advice cracking off up in there. You are in there. Okay, well, I will figure out something else to hook you up with. Okay? Okay. I'm not sure what that is yet. It'll be a oodle of a surprise. It'll be a noodle of a surprise. So, anyway. All right, guys. I love each and every one of you, besties. And I will see you all tomorrow or in the WhatsApp group. All right? I love you. Bye. Well, now I got to take a screenshot of this. Hold on. I got to take a screenshot of this shit first. Always with social proofing. And now I need to just do something with the social proofing. You know what I'm saying? Because I got like testimonials for fucking days. I need to put them into Canva. I'll do that maybe this weekend. I'll do that today. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Yes, Salty Dog. Message Bevy. Okay, fine. Message Bevy, Salty Dog. She'll throw you in there real quick. My gift to you. Bye, guys.